Yo, welcome, my friends, to what are we calling this these days? I think I forgot where I am. I've done so much streaming, so many different streams today. I don't know where I am. But the big question, though, is are you, my friends, hearing me? That's the big question. Yeah, I hope you are. I guess I'll find out. How about a sound check from, you guys can let me know. There's a time delay, I'm sure. But welcome to Clobberin Times SAU number 276 on YouTube, of course, but 976 overall. Thank you there, the great D-Bud Martin, for the 5x5. Appreciate it, brother. 5 up. That's what I need, the soundtrack. Check. There you go. All right. Well, what a bunch of wonderful friends who are already here this evening. Of course, hello. We'll start with ladies first. The lovely Janet from another planet. Janet, is it true? Is there a rumor out there that you're going to be doing a show or on a show or doing one on your own channel? What's the scoop? What's the story on that? And when are you going to come hang out with me and talk one of these nights? Anyway, let's see who's here. In addition to the wonderful Janet, let's see. I'd have to let me backtrack my chat and start from the beginning. So I'll just go down the list. That's the easiest way to do it. The great Eric K. So as always, good to see you, buddy. Yes, folks, he is in fact the Bronze Wrencher. What's up, brother? Good to see you. I hope you had a great Christmas and all that good stuff. Let's see here. J-Man, of course, I was just honored to be on his fine channel, talking with a couple of spiffing blokes, Stephen and Sean, talking about Superman 1 and 2, the films. That was a great deal of fun. Thank you so much, J-Man. I'm honored, as always, to have been on your show. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. The Comic Relief Crusader, I hope you were doing well. Thank you for being here. D-Bud says, what is that? Oh yeah, I'll tell you all the streaming I did today in a second. Phantom Outsider, all right, brother, good to see you. I back my chat up a bit, so let's see here. The great Chris Persia, good to see you, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Hungry Boy, my good friend. It is just so great to see you. Thank you so much for all your wonderful words of encouragement and for hanging here with us. You're just a great part of the Clobberers and the Clobberin family, so we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hope you and yours are doing well. Let's see here. Hang on, going down the list. Going down the chat thing. Yeah, that is. Andy Masterson, what's up, bud? Good to see you. Well, tell Aunt Petunia, our ever-loving blue-eyed nephew, says hello. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So you will be a guest on Amen Fate's channel on New Year's Eve. Got you covered. Well, that's fantastic, Janet. I will try, if I'm wherever I am, I'll try to catch that. That's Friday night. Yeah. Mr. Angel, what's up? It is good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well, Chef. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see. All right. Well, we're all caught up then. Yes. My good buddy Paulie at Latino Slant put out the call sometime last night and wanted to know who was going to watch the Book of Boba Fett and who wanted to do a late night stream on it. Now, for those who don't know, and I hadn't really planned to watch it, or at least not that immediately and stuff. It dropped on Disney Plus at midnight Pacific time, so that means 2 a.m. my time. And if you're on the East Coast, obviously 3 a.m. your time. And yes, Paulie does rock. Paulie is a great friend. And so I told him, I threw my name into that. I said, sure, I'm game. Whew, boy, late stuff, but I'm game because it's my buddy. And I didn't know how many people he would have hanging with him. I ended up getting a good crowd. So I watched it, and then went on and we talked about it, along with the great Tom of Midnight's Edge and the great Mark D with the C. Decepticon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Great Mark D with the C, and one other gentleman whose name I lose, Mickey, I think Mickey Riding, whatever. Not to be confused with the old time actor, a gentleman I was not previously acquainted with, and Paulie, of course. And we talked about the episode. And we Just Joe, what's up, Jobber? Good to see you, brother. We were spoilery, but we won't. I'm not going to do any spoilery stuff here, so don't worry if you haven't seen it yet. Paulie loved it, and basically that's what he was trying to find out who loved it. Tom did not. I really didn't think it was much to it at all. Didn't really like it that much. Didn't really hate it. If I'm being honest, I thought it was kind of. Well, look, I've learned with modern entertainment and modern TV and or whatever you want to call this. Let's say modern serialized entertainment. I've learned that you can't really judge an episode by its the same way as you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't really judge an episode by its first episode. They tend to like to pad these things, and I think there's going to be something like 7 or 6 or 7, whatever. And they like to stretch things out a bit, so it's not even fair to give it a. I mean, it's incomplete to say you really love or hate it unless you're just not into it at all. I mean, again, it didn't do much for me. Paulie really enjoyed it, but I'm willing to say, give it the benefit of the doubt that even though I'm not too sanguine with just being on Tatooine all the time and the hanging around on one planet kind of stuff, we'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens with it, and it may improve. I was not the biggest fan of The Mandalorian. I thought it was okay, watchable. I watched it, and it's funny the way I am about TV shows that I really like or love. I don't just watch them once. If I watch it, and let's say the times I've watched a show on an episodic basis, in other words, watched it week to week rather than binging it or something. When I had a week between episodes, which is not easy, no one likes that really these days. We're spoiled, I guess. I'd watch the episode, and if it was a show I was a big fan of, even if I didn't think the episode was the greatest one, I would watch it at least a couple of times before the next week rolled around, before the next episode rolled around. And even if I thought, and of course, if I really love the episode, before the next one rolled around, I've seen it 2 or 3 times or more times. So it's just the way I am. And if it's a show that I watch and I decide to watch the whole season, but I watch it once the first time and don't even go back ever, that means I'm not all that engaged in the show, but I think it's enough that I'll sit there and see what happens. I watched all of both seasons of The Mandalorian. I don't think I went back and backtracked on an episode once and watched it again, over again. Maybe I did, and I just can't remember. But I don't remember ever getting that, even so, that excited where I had to go back and watch the episode again right after I watched it, or even like right when the new one would pop out, I would watch the old one to catch up. I didn't do that with Mandalorian. It was okay. The show was fine, didn't dislike it. Just didn't really, just didn't do much for me. So this is kind of like that. Hey, Mr. Angel, go get some rest there. I know you're tired, man. Like I said, I did that at that stream at 3 a.m. my time for a couple hours or an hour and a half, whatever it was. And then our wonderful friend Eris of Chaos around 4 p.m. today decided to go on and do a stream and ask me on. So I went on that one for almost 2 hours. But before that, of course, my good buddy J-Man had asked me to be on the stream. And again, that I was going to be on. So right after I left her stream, I went straight over to my buddy J-Man's stream, and that was a lot of fun. And from there, I jumped straight to here, like just a few minutes between time. So this is number 4 of the streaming for the night, folks. But you know what? It's fun. Yeah, see, there's the thing. Everyone was calling that. Thank you, Decepticon. It was kind of funny to see Ymir from 20,000 miles to Earth. I agree. Everyone was calling it the Kraken. everyone was, some of us were kind of jokingly calling it the I was thinking of Jason the Argonauts and Sinbad. No, it was the Harryhausen monster for sure. So we're not spoiling anything, folks, really, but yeah. I was definitely calling the Harryhausen monster, though. But, you named it perfectly, Decepticon. People just think of the Kraken when they think of, that thing. But you're right. It's Ymir. Why didn't I think of that? That's what we have Sean for, of course. So anyway, yeah, I agree. It did look more. The head really looked more like Ymir. Which is pretty cool. Now, so anyway, what you gonna do? So I don't. Oh my God, Luis X Sparrow, hello there. Yes, it had more legs. That makes me want to go watch a Harryhausen movie, though. I'll tell you that. The first Harryhausen movie I ever saw at the theater, which means probably first in my life. Did anyone ever see Valley of Gwangi? No, I love that movie. James Franciscus. Dinosaurs and Cowboys. That's how old I am. I saw that at the theater. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, when people think Harryhausen, they don't really think Valley of Gwangi, though. Not too many people mention that. J-Man, that is nice. So I assume then, J-Man, that means you do owe. Oh, sorry. I saw 3 times on the telly. Oh, saw that 3 times on the telly. Clobberin. It had a raptor. Oh, there you go. Did it? I'm trying to remember. I have a DVD of it. So, J-Man, but does that mean you have Valley of Gwangi? Then I take it. I got a little DVD of it. I don't know if it's ever been on a Blu-ray. Louise X. Sparrow, I too love Harryhausen movies. I even love Earth versus the Flying Saucers. It's tough to pick a favorite. Golden Voyage of Sinbad, maybe. Jason and the Argonauts. I mean, there's so many great ones. Isn't it crazy that Clash of the Titans was his last movie that he did animation on? I know full well he was in Spies Like Us. Don't even go there. That's right. Tom Baker was in Golden Voyage of Sinbad. And Patrick Troughton was in Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. So 2 doctors were in Harryhausen films. How do you like them apples, Charlie? You have it, J-Man? I knew you would. But you got them all, so of course you'd have it. Man, those are just so much fun. I think from about Cardinal Sin, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You shouldn't have. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. He says, Cardinal Sin says, long live Ray Harryhausen and Ray Bradbury. I went to see Clash of the Titans in the theater and loved it. I too went. You know something? In 1981, when Clash of the Titans first released, I saw it the same day as the first, which were also releasing on that day. At least where I went was Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I saw for the first time in the theaters on their release dates, Clash of the Titans and Raiders of the Lost Ark. But we were on some family vacation, so I can't exactly remember what city I was in. Thank you so much again for that, Cardinal Sin. Never understood how stabbing the skeleton swordman worked. They have no internal organs. They're already dead. Yes. That is a good point. Oh, you're too kind, Cardinal Sin. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. My back is killing me from being at this desk all day. Oh my good. I need more extra strength Tylenol. Let's go get some. Oh boy. So show note that tomorrow night, as far as I know, folks. Well, I'll be here. Clobby's Clubhouse will be here. Hopefully, Raquel and Mark D will join me as per usual. But either way, Clobby's Clubhouse will be here tomorrow night. Yes, that's true. Hungry Boy. Yes, Army of the. When I love Army of Darkness, and when Raimi put the skeletons and stuff in that, and you going, well, he was a Harryhausen fan, wasn't he? Oh dear. What a year it's been, though. This is the last. Oh, thank you, Cardinal Sin. I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun doing the Doctor Who show last week. Like I said, for Christmas, I watched almost all of those Doctor Who specials. So that's why I did the ranking of them. And it was a lot of fun watching those again. It was a lot of fun pretending like those old times of looking forward to the Doctor Who Christmas special. It felt good to be able to do that again. I hit a button there. But I love me some Doctor Who, and I miss what happened with it. So, but yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Cardinal. I had a lot of fun doing that. D-Bud, I don't think I'll be able to have a Global Geek Gang tomorrow. That'll be back. It will make its return in 2022. It shall return. And that's what I'm trying to decide. Oh, thank you so much, Cardinal. You're too kind. Those are very kind words, sir. I appreciate that. I'm trying to come up with some ideas for what to do for the Global Geek Gang and stuff like that, and such, and subject matter, of course. You know something? That's a good question there, my good buddy Jobber. Just Joe says, did you watch enough TV or movies in 2021 for a best worst list? No, I did not, to be honest with you. I was thinking about that as far as, especially where movies are concerned, Just Joe. And Jobber, I think I watched 4 new movies from, 4 current movies, as far as movies that are of the current year. Not saying like a new in the sense that I'd never seen it before, but something that just come out. I think I saw 4 whole movies this year. I don't watch a lot of new stuff anyway. As far as TV shows, I watched all the Disney crap, and that would be just a worse list for me. I did watch, of course. I can't wait for tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. I think of whatever it is. I can't wait for what is that, tomorrow or the next day, for Cobra Kai? I can't wait for that. I love that. So I'm looking forward to that. Now I'll knock the hell out of that one quick. But no, man, I didn't watch like TV. I watched quote unquote TV. They're not really TV shows, are they? They're on the Disney app, and I don't even subscribe to Disney Plus. I got my daughter's code, so I cheat. So no, I didn't watch hardly. I watched hardly anything new. So I don't even get to watch a lot of old stuff anymore. Obviously, we review Star Trek with, Raquel and I review Star Trek. And once in a while, I'll go and try to watch something just to get away from this desk. But for the most part, I'm at this desk so much, doing stuff, trying to get things, trying to put things together. I know it never seems like there's anything planned on this show because it's all slapped together, and it never seems very organized. But working on videos and then trying to come up with other things to do. So, for example, since it will be a week from this Saturday that we return to Saturday Night Star Trek. I think I'll probably on Saturday night, New Year's night, I'll probably do maybe a list of something. I'm not exactly sure. It may involve TV shows that did not live long enough that should have. I know that's a mouthful. I'll take care of that. Who knows? It'll be something, something like that, of course, and I'm also trying to plot what I want to do in my comic shows coming up on Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk for 2022. I got so many things I want to do. I just got to get the ducks in a row. The funny thing about that, Andy Masterson, is exercise. It's like I could ever do an exercise. But thank you. I'm kidding. You can tell me about him. Oh, Hungry Boy, yeah, and Special Unit 2. You named one of them. That's a great show. 19 episodes. It's got to be at least where it didn't have enough episodes. I mean, in this case, it only had 19 episodes, so that counts. If it had over 30 episodes, usually it may not qualify, but even still 30 or 40, it might, there are a couple of them. Cardinal Sin, thank you once again for the $10 super chat. You were too kind, my friend. Thank you. You said, Clobby, you should check out Altered Carbon season 1 only. If you haven't seen it, and The Witcher, both on Netflix, my friend, you will like them a lot. I've tried with The Witcher. The first season, I couldn't get into it. It's not my bag. I have not watched Altered Carbon. Look, thing is, in Cardinal, I totally believe you. I have a big aversion to new stuff. I don't like the way new things are put together, or like new TV shows in particular, or movies. I don't like the modern aesthetic that much. I don't like modern storytelling that much. But I'm, who knows? I never really recommend anything to anybody, so I'm always kind of, when people recommend stuff, I don't know. I don't really watch that much when I get recommended something, but you never know. Let's see here. Cardinal said, also, the first season of Westworld is some of the most brilliant TV I've ever seen. It's a pity they went so woke later, but the first season is like an episode of The Twilight Zone. Thank you so much again for that one, Cardinal Sin. You were too kind, my friend. I've heard a lot of people talk about all those shows. I've even watched spoiler-filled videos talking about them. Comic Relief Crusader asks, did you ever watch the show Chuck? That was on about 10 years ago with Zachary Levi. I would highly recommend it. I watched a little bit of it, and I've always meant to go back to it. And never got a chance. That's something that I kind of want to do. I'm definitely not opposed to watching that one. Sapphire and Steel, I've only seen a couple of them, and of course, that's a show I plan to dive into there. Hungry Boy, because I love old British stuff, and I love David McCallum and Joanna Lumley. So I'm right there. I hear you, Chris Persia. Try The Witcher again. I guess a lot. I just don't really like that kind of show. And I heard it got really wokey. I heard The Witcher was wokey with wokeness, and I don't know if that's the kind of show that I'd ever. I don't know. I tried. I don't think so. You never know, but we'll see. Let's see here. Still have 3 seasons of Man and Muckle complete to set to watch. Yeah, there's some old stuff I want to go back and watch again. New stuff, I don't know. But like I say, you never know, Cardinal. Maybe I'll go back and try those. Let's see here. Here's the great Mark D with a C. What's up, dude?
How's it going? Thank you for having me. Just finished up watching Back to the Future Part 3, so I got that for the 4K set for Christmas. So we just binge watched 1, 2, and 3 each night. So really great, some great movies.
Yes, indeed. Love them. Love them. Great stuff, man. I got an old set. I don't have it like on Blu-ray or anything.
Well, the what's nice too is the all the special features. I haven't watched half of them, but they've got all the documentaries and behind the scenes and director's commentaries, and unfortunately we're not going to get as many of those as we'd like to see in the future. The R&Bs of the world that work on that stuff and do all those great behind the scenes things. So that's why that physical media is so awesome, because when you're streaming you don't get you don't get to have any of those things on the movies if you wanted to learn more about the movie or how it was made or hear the director. So yep, buy physical media if you can.
Buy physical, and it's all gonna be gone someday.
Yep, I think that's unfortunate, right? Yep.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. I love those movies though.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, the second one the kids didn't like as much, but the first and third ones I loved. The second one
I like the second one better than the third one.
Yeah.
Like
some really goofy stuff in the second one. Not the dark scenes so much, but just the like overtly, the Christian Glover, who's been replaced by a new actor, so they put him like that traction suit upside down, and
well, that was dumb because they didn't have no choice because he didn't want to do the movie.
Yeah. No, but they just should replace the actor. Then I think at that point, right? I mean, they replaced Jennifer, so of course she wasn't in it as much, but they went to Elizabeth Shue for the second and third movie because unfortunately I think the original actress, her mom had got sick and had cancer, and she quit acting to help take care of her mom.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So
anyway, great movies.
Yep,
I do love them. Oh my goodness, what's going on with you, man? You working today, or you?
Well, went to work today, half day, kind of lollygagging a little bit, right? Because this is the holiday week. So, and just doing some fun stuff and some work and putting some Lego kits together. And I got that Playmobil Enterprise I got to hang now. So,
Cardinal says, have you seen Ronald D. Moore's Battlestar Galactica? It won a Peabody, and which is that teaches. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of it. I know everyone loves it. I'm a big fan of the original. It's not something I know a lot of people that I love dearly, love it and respect it. And that's great. And I respect that. It's not something I've ever been interested in watching. Who knows? One day maybe I'll break that. Right now, it's not something I kind of want to watch. I do love the original Cardinal. I'm well aware of its qualifications. I don't question any of them, even though that kept Richard Hatch from being able to make his Return of Galactica, which really aggravates me. But I have every respect for it.
Well, he ended up liking it actually too. So
that doesn't tell me
part of the series. Yeah, I know
that is cutting ice with me because it still costs us. Yeah, OG BSG for me only, says Louise Sparrow. Well, I love that. I love the original. No, Galactica 1980 was garbage, of course.
Yeah, except the one episode.
Except for the Starbuck episode. That was great. Yeah. So, no, look, I've long since, because you just can't win with anybody with this thing. If they think you're trashing it, just if you go, look, I just don't really want to. I don't know how many times I have to go out of my way to express my respect for people who love that show. And I never, you'll never hear me go say bad things about it or something like that.
Yep.
But the fact is, because that got made, it kept us from getting a revival of the original series. That aggravates me. And that's not my only motivation for not watching it. I just don't really, I don't know. One day maybe I will. I'm going to, oh my God. Let's see here.
Yeah, well, the I mean,
Let me see
it's
what,
so.
Cardinals.
Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah,
I was going to say I love the original, and they do pay tribute to the original. They also kept me from getting a revival of the original. And the first episode, 33, is the best episode, the new one. Cardinal Sin says, check it out. I don't know if I ever will, Cardinal Sin. I'll make you this deal, though, Cardinal. If I ever do, you'll be the second to know, because obviously I'd be the first to know, wouldn't I?
That is a great episode 33, though. I got to say, even if you just wanted to watch the miniseries,
episode 33, I got you.
Which is the first episode, but
Basically,
basically
it's
the
not
pilot.
The 33rd episode, then?
No, it's the first 33 minutes, I think.
I know.
Yeah, yeah, what I think they have to go to warp or whatever their term every 33 minutes, so the pilots can't sleep and the Cylons are after them. So it was a great episode, but they're two totally different beasts, though, those two series. So I think that's, I'm a huge fan of the original as a kid. Loved watching, have a bunch of the original toys, but they're so far different that at least it's acceptable, or it's not like they redid it as a pale imitation. It's a totally different iteration. So if you're going to do something and reboot it, which most of us don't like or don't want to hear that, at least they did it the right way. I should say the right way, but they did it in a way that it was very well done and thought provoking, and they're so far different.
I'm never going to win with this thing ever.
No, that's okay, but it's what I gave it a shot and then ended up liking it, but I didn't think overall. It's got it kind of meanders in some spots, and but at the end it gets there. But I had fun watching. It was good. Hey, we had a lot of extra sci-fi to look forward to each week, so that was that was fun. Yep.
Cardinal Sin says, this is not, by the way, this game is not Simon Says, it's Cardinal Sin Says. Okay. Cardinal Sin says, check out the first episode before you make up your mind. It's very, look, anytime I check anything out, I promise you that, Cardinal, I do watch the first one first, buddy. So, Cardinal Sin with a $50 bazillion.
Wow.
Come on, dude, man, look, you don't have to do that. You can ride me for free, man. I promise you, you're my friend. You can ride me for free. I mean, I appreciate it, by the way. Don't get me wrong, but you can badger me for free, brother. You don't have to bribe me. Here's a bribe to make it a little easier to watch 47 minutes of one of the best SF shows of the 20th century. For only 47 minutes, though. That's all.
I think he's referencing the episode 33.
I know. I'm just rattling sketch.
Yep.
Gil, you're too kind. Thank you so much. But dude, you're my friend. You can ride me for free. Look, I appreciate it, man. Dude, your contributions are appreciated, brother. But you can.
That's very nice. Yep.
Yeah, you can.
I wish I had friends paying me $50 to watch a TV show that I ended up loving.
Yeah, but I might start negotiating with you now. Like, okay, all right, Cardinal. Do I hear? Go on. Do I hear 60? Do I hear 60? No, look, do I hear 75? Now half. One. Do I hear another bit of it? Do I hear? Oh, sorry. Thought we were at the auction. We're at the Clobberin auction, folks.
What's the miniseries going to cost?
What's it going to cost? Yeah.
But I remember, when that miniseries first came out, it was just after 9/11, and that really made it hit home even further, I think, as you're watching, these attacks and the destruction, the Cylons, or the, not equating the two, of course, but it was just, in the back of your mind. And there's this one scene where, there's a ship that they can't. It's I'm not sure it's called a pleasure ship, but a ship that's like a biodome that doesn't have warp drive or can't go anywhere. So there's people trapped on the ship, and the Cylons are warping in, and they're going to get destroyed. And you just watch this little girl that's sitting like on a park bench, and then you see the Cylons roll in, and everything gets destroyed. It's just a really haunting scene. So there are some really well done, poignant moments in the series. But yeah, you got to have that urge to watch it. And I guess someday, if your Briscoe County DVDs are totally worn out and you can't get new ones, then you can give it a shot,
anyway. Right? They probably are anyway. They are now anyway. Clobberin was I think we could arrange some haggling, maybe. Yeah, no, man. Look, dude. But in all seriousness, I do appreciate that, Cardinal. Thank you so much, man. You're too kind. And all I can promise, I can't give you a win. I can't give you a win, but I would never let any friend of mine, spend money and me not give him something for it. So I just don't want the precedent set. And people like, I don't know. That might be a new racket. Like if you want to get me to watch Vampire Diaries, if you want to get me to watch STD, and you got like an extra $2,000 or $3,000 sitting around, I'll do it.
Well, unfortunately, my Paramount Plus is not working on my Apple TV, so I've been unable to watch STD this week. It's really such a shame. I've had to watch other good stuff.
Not even close, J-Man. Briscoe County is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's a great show. It's in my top 10. Jack of all trades was at the most just kind of goofy, silly, sort of fun, but it was nowhere near in the same universe with Briscoe County, which was a great show.
Cleopatra 2525. Oh god,
I Blu-ray of, you mean Galactica?
No, I guess, yeah, probably.
That's not. I can probably find it somewhere to watch. Oh, don't worry about that, buddy. Let's see. They were talking about the original Galactica. Yeah, Gone on Ice Planet Zero. That is a great one. Yeah, I just rewatched the original Galactica again recently. Yeah, no haggling necessary there, Carter, but I appreciate you, buddy. You're a good sport. Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Galactica 1980. It was crap except for the Starbuck episode. I remember the Wolfman Jack episode. Yeah, at least Cardinal Sin has my best interest at heart, because he wants me to watch something that he likes. Whereas Mexican Iron Man, you bastard. And Andre and Tom are going to make Paulie sit through P Hard.
The first season?
Yes, and I guess and probably the second. I don't know.
If he survives, then he gets to watch the second season.
Well, you were too kind, Cardinal. Like I said, I can't stop you, buddy, but you never have to do anything like that. Let's see. What do you own? What do you own, J-Man? I own it and have the T-shirt of it.
Maybe Cleopatra 2525.
You know who was on Cleopatra?
Nope.
Let's see. Cardinal Sin. We'll have to do that Discord or something. I'll block Clobby. Clobby's chat if I listed all of them. Oh, I'm sure. Let's see here. As much as I'm trying to answer some of these here. Make Clobby watch it. Mutant X. No. See?
Did you see Mutant X?
No. Cleopatra 2525. Wow. In the year 25. Gina Torres was on that show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I did watch some of it. I didn't. I did watch it, but it was silly. Silly.
Yeah, that was.
Wasn't that Hercules Power Hour or whatever?
Yeah, I think it came. Yeah, and it was that Action Hour. It came on back when Jack of All Trades.
Yeah.
See, Jack of All Trades was pretty stupid, but the opening credit sequence is hilarious. It's ball-bustingly funny. It's funny. It's really great stuff.
That was funny back when you had those syndicated shows, right? I mean, I guess now that's taken over by streaming, but you don't get that kind of stuff anymore. So
let's see here. But let's not get silly. BSG and Vampire Diaries, which I've never seen, should never be mentioned in the same breath. No, I took a breath before I mentioned them. You're clear. We're in the clear, Gil, because I breathed and then took a much less serious, significant breath when I said the vampire. But I understand how these things work, buddy. But no, you're good. I made sure I checked, and it was a totally different breath. So you're good, man. Let's see. The 80s War of the World TV show. You like that one?
I'm trying to remember that one. War of the World.
Was
it a miniseries or was it a series?
Yeah. They killed one of the main guys in the last season. They had 2 or 3 seasons of that. That was syndicated.
Don't remember that one. I was a big fan of the Outer Limits and the new Outer Limits that they did. even though I know it's just name only, but they had some great episodes in that show. I love anthology stuff too, or like those Power Hour shows too. You could just watch the show and it didn't really matter what if you missed one or missed a few. That was nice not having TV that was totally linear. You could just go in and watch an episode, and I mean you knew the characters obviously, but you didn't have to know all the minutia of the story, which was a lot of fun.
No, Chris Persia, I did like the Turbo Cycles. I just thought the show was stupid. Oh my God, you have the Nick Fury with
Hoff one.
Yeah, the Hasselhoff Nick Fury, I guess.
Oh, classic.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that was pretty bad. Let's see what Joe says. Nothing beat the 80s and 90s syndicated shows in TNG. Friday the 13th, War of the Worlds, Highlander. Yeah,
good stuff.
A lot of syndicated shows. War of the Worlds had 2 seasons. That's right. They killed the Richard Chavis, the guy from Predator, and then they replaced him with Adrian Paul or whatever. Right?
The guy from Highlander.
Yeah, they did. He was on that before he was on Highlander, I think. Max Redstone, what's up, buddy? He says, Earth 2, anyone? Yes, we are on Earth 2. As a matter of fact, today's show is coming from you from Earth 2. Earth B soon for Bob.
Yeah, we still have Robin on our Earth, right?
Yes. Yes, we do. I like Earth 2, damn it. They keep talking about Mutant X. Who watched that?
I think I saw that. Was that the one that was just like a one-off movie or something, or was that the series with it was like a Xavier ripoff?
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, Eric O'Sullivan, long time no see, brother. Good to see you. And yes, we have an Art 2 fan right here, Mark D.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have that series on DVD. Yep. Then you had the ultra smart chimpanzee, and then every week they go out and try to save the Earth. Yep, yeah, that's for sure. Yep. That vehicle is awesome. I love that vehicle. Yeah, that's really cool.
How long did Earth 2? I know, because by the way, I was making a silly joke about comic book Earth 2, but I mean, how long did the Earth 2 show even last?
I think it was just 2 seasons. I could be wrong. By the power of Google.
That is power. You mean DuckDuckGo, right?
Yeah, DuckDuckGo, yeah. And that DVD that I have is actually gone up in price since it's out of print. Yeah, 15 half-hour episodes.
Okay.
77, 78. Oh, through 79, but only 15. They consider it one season, 15 episodes, but I guess they just strung them out. So
you're good, Card. Hey, Khalil, what's up, buddy? Oh yeah, Jason of Star Command with Jonathan Harris, and then was it Jimmy Doohan was on was on Space Academy, or was it the other way around?
Well, I have Jason of Star Command. I'd watched that a few years ago. I think
Dr. Smith was on one and Scotty was on the other.
Yeah.
And they were related. The two shows were related.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jason of Star Command, Doohan was on that. Yep. That was 2 seasons, 28 episodes. Yep.
You know, this is my fourth. Yep. See, hey, that's right. You know, this is my fourth stream today, right?
My God, your fourth? Well, I guess you're counting Paulie's.
No, Paulie's was today, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were on for that for the Book of Boba Fett. That was early in the morning. Yep.
Yeah. Just rewatched Space 1999, says Eric. Yes.
Yep.
That shock you received between season 1 and 2, especially if you've never seen them before.
Yeah, that was a big change in the series. Yeah.
Partial to Captain Power. Yes, it was a toy commercial, but the stories were surprisingly emotional and dark times. J. Michael Straczynski, before he did Babylon 5, did that show. You know, Cardinal Sin, I remember the Tomorrow People. If you're referring to the original, it was it aired on Nickelodeon in the 70s and the 80s. Well, I think it was a show from the Tims, ITV, and then it aired on reruns a lot on Nickelodeon in the 80s. I remember them, and then they've had a couple of remakes of it. But I remember the original Tomorrow People. I don't know if I've ever watched any of the other ones there. Cardinal.
I didn't watch that, no.
I can still hear that music. So, wow, it's funny. No, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was hearing. Oh, now I'm hearing Tomorrow People music. I can remember that theme. That's how much I saw it. Thank you, Cardinal Spin. You brought that music back to me. But before that, Eric brought that Space 1999 music to me. I remember Space Rangers. I like they're bringing up some obscure stuff.
Yeah. Well, Saturday morning, yeah, like those
That lasted
Arc 2 is obscure. Yeah, some of that stuff
Oh,
is really
yeah.
obscure. Yeah.
R2 was obscure. The Space Rangers was like 6 episodes though. That's pretty damn obscure.
That's something only you'd remember.
I don't know why. Well, no, Louise Expero brought it up.
All right, no,
No.
I'm joking. Yeah.
Now, was Space Academy and Arc 2 and Jason, they were all made by the same people, right?
Yeah, it was Filmation. Wasn't both were Filmation, I think,
Yes.
weren't they?
I think they were all Filmation.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if they were how they were tied together, because Space Academy was kind of like a little bit like I should say Star Trek, but in terms of they had cadets or whatever,
Right.
if I'm remembering it right.
Cardinal, there are at least 2 reboots of Tomorrow People. One BBC, and I think they actually had a CW one, believe it or not. I could be wrong about that, but I think they did. But Filmation did some live action stuff.
Yeah, I mean, then the special effects weren't great, but as a little kid, you didn't care. That's all you got anyway. I mean, you didn't, worry about so much, having high quality. It was just the story, and it was the idea. Oh God, it's a story in space, right? Totally psyched that you're getting any kind of science fiction. So,
I remember the shape. I don't know if I saw The Shape of Things to Come. 79 TV movie. It was a TV movie, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if I ever got to see that, Eric. I think I remember it. I remember the old one from the 30s, of course. And NBC, NBC could afford V in 1984. It was 1983 also. I love V.
Well, didn't that start as a miniseries? Well, that was a miniseries or a movie. And
what, V?
And then they did
miniseries.
And then they did the TV series after that, right?
Season, yeah. Kenneth Johnston, who produced The Incredible Hulk, produced the first season of V. And then when it came to make V the final battle, he was not happy. They didn't like what he wanted to do, and he didn't like what they wanted to do, and so he left, and he did not. That had 3 parts instead of 2 parts. And Johnston did not like what they did with that or the series. So he wrote some books later chronicling how he would have done it.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, V was that was a huge event when that came out.
V.
I remember we were all watching that.
Everybody was watching
huge
V,
event. Man. Yeah.
I mean, the whole world, the whole country. Catman, aka Dee Dee Myers, good to see you. Man, V was huge. Look, V just was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Every now and then I just go back and watch it, and I couldn't get into the new one. Sorry, Cardinal, but Cardinal likes the new one. I don't like it, but I liked Final Battle, but I can understand why Kenneth Johnston had problems. I mean, there was some dumb shit in it.
And Hungry was mentioning Robert Englund. Yeah, he was great as what was his character Willie in that?
Willie.
Yeah,
yes.
He was like the sympathetic lizard guy. Yep.
Yep. But see, the reason why I make allowances for V the Final Battle is because Michael Ironside is so great as Ham Tyler.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's amazing.
Great actor. Yeah, the new V was pretty forgettable. I thought I watched it, but it didn't. Had some cute ladies in it, I guess you'd say, but it didn't really break any new ground. Or did you watch any of it or
enough to just? I mean, I just look. I just have this aversion to remakes. That's something I won't watch. It's just, and I just looked at it. Go, nah, I'm fine with the original. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
But it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
You're bouncy.
Yeah.
Love V. Disappointed they didn't make G.I. Joe O-ring style figures for it. Yeah, you thought. Yeah.
That'd have been
cool. Despite the toys that appeared in the first episode, they didn't have a toy line, did they? They had books and comics.
Yep. No, I don't think. Yeah, there was a. I guess
DC had a comic.
They had a spoof, or not a spoof, but yeah, they had remembering what what they had, as Decepticon was saying here, they had like V alien toys, I guess, that, kids are playing with, kind of like a commercial within a commercial. Yep.
V, the final battle, Daniel Bernstein's fate. That was fantastic. Eric, every single time I love that. That, of course, Daniel Bernstein was just a little shit. It was a sellout to the visitors, and he became a little, little brown shirt, little punk. And he killed the old lady who was his, who he'd known for all his life, the sweet old lady named Ruby, the little jackass, because she was with the rebels, and he killed her. And then later, Ham Tyler found out. And he and a bunch of other guys they found, he says, this is the punk that killed Ruby. And he's about to blow his head off. And one of the other guys says, what, you going to kill him? He goes, as many times as I can. And he's about to kill him. He said, no, wait, I got a better idea. So what they did is they basically framed him for collaborating against the rebels, and he got sent off to be lizard food.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Oh, man. Yeah, the alien baby stuff was pretty stupid, and the little girl having and then her, growing up really quick and then having superpowers was like, oh, come on. That was some dumb crap. Plus, I don't think that, they found a real convenient way to beat the aliens, but nevertheless.
Hey, that's TV, right? Or science fiction or shows in general. Yep.
Yeah, it says Ironside looked bored and embarrassed in the VTV series they made after the 2 miniseries. Yeah, it only lasted a season. Anyway, good. It was every now and then I pull out the DVDs, the old crappy old DVDs I have of. I hope those aren't worn out too. Pop Culture Republic, welcome, good to see you. And I watch those.
Yeah, it's the DVDs should last, but it's you just got to watch watch where your fingers go sometimes, or they get scratched by accident. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mark Singer was an awesome actor. Yep, and he spells his name the right way too. So double props to him.
Yes, Mark, you mean? There you go.
Yeah, with a C.
Mark with a C.
Yep.
Mark D with a C.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Man, where did you go? So many shows. I have to check my DMs. Let's see. Let's see here.
Did anyone watch? Looking for that? Anyone watch Falling Skies? I mean, it's a kind of a newer show, but.
I remembered that, but I don't think I ever watched it. You know me, I don't watch anything anymore. Well, that was old, but.
Well, that was, let's see, when was it? Around 2014, 2015, I'm looking at. Noah Wiley from ER. That was kind of alien invasion story. It was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, how long did that last?
I think that was 3 seasons. Let's see. How many seasons do they have? That's 5 seasons. Was that long? How many episodes? So 52 episodes. So, Star Trek was 3 seasons, 79 episodes. So, but that's pretty interesting. Concept. The aliens, of course, aren't friendly when they come here, and they're trying to extract all kinds of resources from the Earth. So, and then use the humans in their war with another race. So, it was pretty interesting show. I thought. I don't know if anyone in the chat has watched it, but.
Yeah, a few people hit it. Some of them, like Cardinal says, he likes. He thought Dark Skies was better than Falling Skies. I remember.
Okay.
I remember hearing
skies,
of that as well. Yeah, the Sky Battle begins.
Yeah,
the Sky War has.
I thought the first season was the best. There's a lot of shows in the first season is then it gets kind of dragged on, and you're just waiting for the end and. But there was a lot of good messages in the movie too about freedom and fighting back and things like that. Yep.
Max Ridgestone says, "I watched the 100. It was awesome. Seasons 1 through 4, and 5 through 7. Forget about it." There you go.
Was the 100 the one? Was that the one where people just disappeared for 5 years and all came back or something? I'm trying to remember which show the 100.
You mean Thanos snapped it?
No, the 100. Yeah, what was the 100 premise of the 100? Was that? 100 people
I'm sure you'll
disappeared
tell
or
us.
something.
So wait, let's see. Did I do really? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't do it on Cardinal Sin. You started what you did is you helped start a conversation. That's what we do here, brother. You're good, man. Oh, that was the
Wild Card Wednesday,
4400.
right? Oh,
It's
that's the
Wild Card
4400.
Wednesday, buddy. No, we appreciate you, Cardinal. Don't you worry about that, brother.
Oh, thank you, Max. Yep, I'm scrambling my numbered TV shows.
Yes, your number TV shows. Damn it, get those TV.
Damn it, get those numbers
Yeah,
right.
the 100 comes way before 4400. Don't you know any math, boy?
Come on. Gee. I've heard good things about that show, though. Yeah, never. That was a CW show, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yep. I think, like I'm saying, yes, like I know. I believe it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I just went out and just, I just picked a new show out of random and just started watching it. But I will tell you this: we talk about all these old science fiction shows, especially some of the ones we're talking about from the 70s and the 80s and that stuff. I kind of chuckle sometimes when I think back to those times and go, you know what? Remember when we would have killed to have a science fiction show on? I mean, every year, you'd have talked about this a little bit when we you get the new TV guide. We would get it anyway. My friends and I would get it in the 70s and the 80s. And when we were geeking out, and we go, okay, any new science fiction shows? Occasionally, there would be every year there would at least maybe be something that looked sort of science fiction, fantasy related. And we go, well, that's not going to last. But the networks at that time, sure, 80s movies were, the 80s cinema was abundant with science fiction, fantasy, stuff like that. We were fine at the movies. TV, I guess because of budgets and different reasons, different things, it was very, very rare that you would get a new science fiction show, and you wouldn't get very many. If you told us back in the 80s, or even into the early 90s, especially the 80s, though, there was one day there's going to be so many science fiction shows out there. They're going to be a dime a dozen. You can watch them. I would be going, no way. I'd watch every one of them. And back then, there's nothing. If it was science fiction, how crappy it was, I would watch it.
And there's going to be a Sci-Fi Network on TV, on cable, right?
Yeah, and that was a few years before that, though. We talked about the Sci-Fi Channel here. So, but that was another thing that blew me away. But this one, I'm like, yeah, sure. But now there are tons and tons of them. Oh, yeah, well, I'm a big fan of Firefly, my friend, that's for sure. I need to go back and watch it again. It's been a long time. One of the problems with a lot of these great sci-fi series is that they get canceled before it's had, especially back then, but you're right. Thank you so much again, Gil, Cardinal Sin. And by the way, please check out his channel, everyone. I have a link to my description below. He has a channel, and he streams quite often, of course, and makes videos once in a while as well. He said, I never saw an episode about why there's a S at the end of your handle. Oh, I'll tell you that. Clobby, what's the story? I like it as a name. I like it as a name for a fanzine or something like that. Well, I was on a thing. Hey, hello there, Polynese Minion. Hey, follow me. Cardinal, I was on a format called Blog Talk Radio for 11 years, from April of 2009 to April of 2000, whatever that year was. What was it, 20? Yeah. So, and it was just Clobberin Time. That was the name of the show. Well, when I moved to YouTube, it just, Dark Shadow Logan. Hello there. Good to see you, my friend. When I moved to YouTube, there were a couple of people who had channels that were called Clobberin Time. And there were a couple. And I didn't want to lose my name.
Couple of clones.
I don't know what they were doing. They don't really stream or anything like that. So I just changed it to Clobberin Times, but I put the S in parentheses, so I'll always remember that originally I was Clobberin Time. Oh yeah, the good old Blog Talk Radio days. So, yeah, it was something. Those were some times there. Hey, Dark Shadow Logan
still
says
going too. Yep,
they are.
Yep.
I was in Blog Talk Radio too. On my my fiance show, Talk in the Shadows. Okay, cool. Wow, there you go. Yeah, it's still there, and I was there for 11 years and 700 episodes. So, and I should have, for a couple of years, my son was on me to move to YouTube, and I should have.
You mean the kids are right once in a while?
Once in a while, they are.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Them's
I'll have
words
to
the
remember
dick.
that.
Yep, they're always right. Kids, you just ask them. Just ask them, dude. Yeah, this is so much, but I love it here so much more. It's not even close. Now, the only thing that I might slightly miss about Blog Talk Radio is the setup. StreamYards is okay, but I mean they got like a. Well, actually, no, I guess I can't really miss it because you can't use it anyway. Here, they had a big setup, like a sort of a. I don't want to say a switchboard, but well, I had tons of music programming. I just played. You didn't care about copyright crap
There's
then.
no
You could
copyright, right?
Yeah, you couldn't play videos, so I just played music, all the music I wanted. I had my opening, and was it? Did I save those 7? They are, well, almost all of them are saved. What happened is sometime around 2011-ish, when they started to start charging money to be on Blog Talk Radio, a couple of us got together, a few of us, and we networked, so it'll be a little cheaper to do our shows. And eventually we ended up folding that network up. Parrot Head and a friend of mine who had them, and see, they're all the ones I did when it was just me, and then all the ones I did after that, like year and a half period, are still there. But there's a chunk that's missing because someone closed that channel down, and they don't save it if you close the channel down that way.
Well, they could have left it open and wouldn't cost money, or
right. But it's all still there. Last time I checked, I don't even bother with it. I can't stand to hear my stupid voice as it is. So,
is the Nicholas Hammond episode up there?
I think
was that
so.
one of the missing ones?
No, I think that was 2012, August 2012. I'd have to go check, but I think that's up there. He was on for like 20-something minutes. So most of them are saved, Cardinal. And a buddy of mine used to back them up.
That'd be fun to take a few highlights, like just like that one, or a couple of times, people are on.
Parrot
just put them up on your channel with some photos.
I do have one episode here.
Not making more work for you, but yeah.
No, I got you. I do have one episode on my YouTube channel though. In case you didn't know, Cardinal, and it's in its entirety my interview with Doomcock from November of 2019 when I had Doomcock on, our great friend Doomcock, and I have that video still on my channel here. Hey, Captain. Let's see. Well, he's always got to mess with that name to throw me off. Captain Moloko Spock. Hello there, bro. Good to see you. There's an audio-only aspect of a YouTube channel. You could make it a patron thing, or you see, I couldn't play. I would have to go in if I put them on here. I would have to edit out all the music.
That's the problem, right? Yeah.
And I can't do that. That would be
even if it's members only or something. You still can't have right. I'm assuming they scan everything.
Don't think
right?
they would like
my
it.
guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could. Just Joe will tell you. I had a theme song that I loved that I played not too long after I started the show, and for almost like 8-9 years straight, I played the song from Repo Man called Pablo Picasso Was Never Called an Asshole. I opened every show with that. And my buddy Just Joe 47 there was there for a lot of shows we did with Flash and I. And yeah, so all right, Jay, man, take it easy, brother. You have a good one, bud.
Take care, Jay, man.
Jamie says, I started listening to Clobberin on Blog Talk Radio in 2013 with his Man of Rubber or Steel review. Then I heard the top 25 worst movies list after that, and I was hooked. Oh, you're too kind, Jobber. Thank you, buddy. That was, Flash and I did sort of a remake of that. Not a remake. Well, maybe it was. We did. We probably saw that last year where we did our top 25 most hated movies. But yeah, thank you, Jobber. You're the man.
Not necessarily bad movies, as you explained it, but just movies that you really, really disliked. For it's not necessarily like Manos: The Hands of Fate kind of movie, right? Just movies that you despise for good reasons.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever have a Patreon there, Cardinal, but I appreciate that. Any suggestions for sure? Thank you. I don't even have a membership thingy here. Let's see. Anyone catch? There you go. That's obscure. I did watch Sable. I did because I was a huge fan of the John Sable comic book by Mike Grell, the Mike Grell series, and that show was bad. I thought it was terrible. Oh, but there's a good thing. So I saw it, and then I looked for the comic books. See, I was already a fan of the comic for years when they made the show, and I just was very disappointed in the show, Pop Culture. But I think that's cool that it got you turned on to the comic book.
Doesn't always happen, right? Unfortunately.
No.
You think comic books should be selling like hotcakes right now with the popularity of all the, the MCU shows, but didn't translate to sales. But that's another whole discussion. Yep.
Hungry Boy, no Electra. For that to be on the list, I would have had to watch it, and I didn't. I didn't watch it. Yes, Captain Maloko Spock. Yes, I love John Sable was a great comic. The Grell ones were.
Yep.
Not so
Warlord
much. Warlord
was also awesome too, as Hungry Boy mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Warlord. Yeah, it was that show. Especially the casting on that damn show. Holy mother of God! Why? Polymes Minion says. Oh, thank you so much. I'll start looking for it then. I appreciate that. You were too kind, my dear. I cannot wait to see it. Thank you so much. Was it as bad as Human Target, Nightman, Street Hawk? Well, yeah, kinda. It was right in there with those Phantom Outsider. However, when you say Human Target, you must make sure you specify the 80s one with Rick Springfield, because the 2011 Fox show Human Target was a great show. I'll be talking about that one soon, because that one should have lasted way longer. Did anyone ever see that?
I think I saw that one. That was that. Oh God, who was on that? Was it like?
What was that guy's name?
The
guy from Keen Eddie.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name now?
I'm googling it now. So.
I love that show, and it was Rorschach was on it as well. Jackie Earl Haley was on it, and Chi McBride, and
Mark Valley. Yeah,
Mark Valley.
Mark Valley. Yep.
Dude, you ever see that show? I loved it, man.
I think I saw a couple episodes. Yeah.
You know what's great about that show? Every episode was, especially as far as like, just in terms of its action, was like as big as a movie. But of course, the stories were great. The character was amazing.
2 seasons. Yep. 25 episodes.
Oh, the lovely Sherry is here. Beautiful lady. Thank you for being here. It was great to see you, my dear. I hope you were doing well.
Sherry.
Yes. No, Eric O'Sullivan, there was in the 80s, there was a pilot for the DC Comics character, Christopher Chance, the Human Target, which didn't sell, and it had Rick Springfield played him. However, they in 2010 or 11, whatever it was, Fox had a show that only lasted 2 seasons, unfortunately, and they weren't long seasons, called The Human Target, which was a great show with Mark Valley as Christopher Chance. And I you know what, they put that out on DVD. I don't think Blu-ray, but they put it out on a DVD set, but they never put the first season only. They never put the second season out. Jerk-offs.
I hate it when they do that. Yeah.
Oh, the second season was great too. It's only like 12 episodes a season.
Yeah, 12 and 13. Yep.
Is that it?
Looking at it. Yep.
And it was so good. I had to get a boot, because I'd copied them on my DVR at the time, but I was about it, and I don't have that anymore. Yep. So I got a boot at a con, because again, I had the first season DVD, I think, but or copies, whatever it was. So I got the boot, and it was kind of, the second season had some problems with it. I remember the guy. They were pretty good copies, except for some of them were messed up. So I ran into the guy at a con again. Like I see him like twice a year at every con. Yeah. And I brought it back to him and said, "Man, dude, I brought this back to you." No, I don't remember what it was. Now I forgot to bring it. I was going to mess it. And I'm sorry, dude. That one, it was messed up. So if I bring that back to you next time I see you, can you switch them out for me? Because I bought stuff from him before. And he said, "Oh, no, yeah, dude, don't worry about bringing it back. Just throw that fucker away. Here, take this one." Boom. So
Nice guy. Yeah.
That was when they still allowed. Does anyone remember the bootleg tables at cons? We talked about that. Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about that now? Just kidding.
I don't think it's illegal to talk about it.
Oh, Pop Culture Republic's mentioning Wizards and Warriors. I just bought that actually because that's on demand from Warner Archives. So yeah, it was Jeff Conaway. It was so bad it was good. It was like I was watching with a friend, watch that with friends in high school, and we just laugh at how bad it was. And that was back, when the 80s when DVD was DVD, D&D, and all the Wizards and Warriors before Games of Thrones was really popular. So I started to rewatch it. It is pretty bad. Oh god. But they were making it as a spoof too, so that all is forgiven. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love those bootleg tables. The stuff you could find.
Yeah, because a lot of these things, like I'm looking at Human Target, and they only put the first season out, like you said, on DVD. So then what happens when you want to watch the second season, right? It's like, we'd like to give you money so we can watch these things.
Exactly.
Take
It's
my
crazy,
money.
Though. Why do this? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, they
It's
don't
got
sell
canceled.
enough, I guess. Yeah, it just doesn't sell enough, and then they don't bother.
But that had to be an
putting it out.
expensive show to make.
I'm sure it was. Probably.
You ever
right?
saw
Yeah.
it? I mean, some of the action. I mean, the locations and actions and stuff were. Some of them were just like a big movie, like a big budget movie. But I mean, it had a great story. Phantom Outsider. Don't quote me on this, but I think those superhero roasts actually finally came out.
I watched them on HBO Max, or no, it was DC Unlimited. They had the superhero roast.
Oh,
they had,
maybe that's what it was. And I thought
they had
come on
two. They had two. Were there 3 different ones or 2 different ones? I think there were 2 different roasts.
I remember when they first came on TV, the one night after the other. There was an NBC one night, 2 nights, and I couldn't believe it. I was this kid. I was like 78.
Yeah, Adam West came back with Burt Ward, and
my
Frank
God, I couldn't
Gorshin
believe
was
it.
on. Then they had someone playing Superman one night. It wasn't. It was before. I think it was obviously before the Superman movie.
Superman wasn't in it. Captain Marvel. No, Superman and Wonder Woman. They had deals tied up with their rights, so they couldn't have them. They had Captain Marvel.
I could have sworn this. Yes, in my memory, but I do remember one character that was on there, Ghetto Man.
Yep.
I don't know how they.
I don't remember him exactly, but I believe you.
It was pretty offensive in the song. And then he came on there.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty bad. And then I'm just surprised that they even streamed it still. It was like, wow, they didn't. They let especially the way things are today. Not that I'm no way in favor of censorship. I was just surprised that it actually they actually put it up there. So it's
it's been a while since I've seen that. I remember. Yeah, I remember the show though. What's the name? Crazy stuff. Remember the pilot miniseries of the all the heroes were on there except Superman and Wonder Woman. Remember the pilot miniseries of the ancient hippie spaceman? Yeah, but that's called The Phoenix. Like, yeah, that was Judson Scott, who was, of course, in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. I remember The Phoenix. I watched a little bit of it. Yep, there really needs to be a big coffee table book about First Comics. There should be. First Comics was something in the 80s. A lot of good stuff there, dude.
Yeah, we did have when that stuff came out, it was just you were shocked when you got it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Again, it's pretty shocking how quickly was it John Sable got made into a TV show? It had only been around a couple of years. That's pretty big for an independent comic to get a TV show on ABC. Granted, the show sucked, but
yeah, because that wasn't a DC or Marvel comic book.
Yeah, so I mean, Rocketeer did, at least it took a decade to get made. And that was out of Pacific Comics, so that's two 80s comics properties that got a TV show and a movie that were independent comics. That's how big independent comics were, and comic shop, direct sales comics were in the 80s. God, I miss those years. Got a great coffee table book titled 365 Days of the Golden Age. It's actually nice. I love those kind of books, dude. And usually, if you wait, you can find them pretty cheap. Oh, that's fantastic, Eric. I love that. I'm a Bronze Age fanatic and a Silver Age fanatic, but I do love me some Golden Age, man. I do love it. I just love all of comics history, really. But yeah, so love that stuff. Oh, the spinner rack video got delayed again, but it'll be out tomorrow. I promise. Not that anyone cares, but I do it. I'm sorry, and I'll get them out on time, and I'll start getting them out in time, and in 2022. I got so many videos I want to make.
Yeah, I always want to do some more videos too, and then things happen, and you're like, just another few minutes, and then I'll do it tomorrow, and then at least try to have a couple a week. But
yeah, like I was saying the other day, I got to write a script for this one, so it's tougher. Like, oh man, this damn. Oh, I'll tweet them. Okay, cool. The history on Fawcett Comics is brilliant. Otto Bender stuff. Yeah, Otto Bender. Love that guy. A great creator in his own right. Ah, my goodness. Are you by the way, are you up for Clobby's Clubhouse tomorrow? Okay, good. So hopefully Raquel will be with us.
Yep, because it's not not New Year's Eve, so right?
No, it is not. Not that I know of, unless they moved it up.
So yep.
Yeah.
So that's we partying Friday night, right? Friday night.
That would
maybe
start now.
Yeah.
Powers of Matthew Star. That was pretty bad. Yeah, no, I don't. Why do you party on New Year's?
No, not that. Very casual. We used to, when we were youngins, you'd go out or go to a big dinner or something, but it just turned out to be overpriced and overcrowded and bah humbug. But I'm not a New Year's kind of guy. But like, it's funny, my in-laws on one side they go to bed so early, so they have their friends come over and they at 9 o'clock they pretend it's midnight and then they go to bed. That's how crazy wild those young kids are.
You can't do that here because it's a war zone at that time of night here.
Every year, no matter what.
I absolutely will, Apollo. Thank you so much. I will do that. I will. The instant it shows up. Thank you so much. And yes, I love Grimjack. I love especially the Tim Truman one's issues, though. Not so much when Tim Truman left it. And I like. I don't know about you, Captain Molo Spock, but I love the John Gaunt Grimjack. I don't know. I don't know if I like the Joe Twilly one as much personally, but I like him. But I don't know. I kind of like the John Gaunt one better, and that's some obscure stuff. But that was a comic from Grimjack was a comic from the 80s. He started in the back of Star Slayer, same as Rocketeer, and if I remember right. And anyway, Grimjack was kind of like this bounty hunter who lived in this city called Senosher, which was like a middle point between all these different dimensions and stuff like that. So it was like a science fiction, basically stuff. And you got Munden's Bar. The unpredictable streets of Senosher, Munden's Bar. The stuff never leaves you. I love Grimjack. Now you make me want to go back and read some of those.
Was that in the future, the past, or I don't remember that one.
No one really knows. I mean, it's just like this world, this city that's on the cusp of everything, and like all this
kind of like a Brigadoon
stuff.
It's just floating around there.
I agree. Yep, I agree. John Gaunt was the best Grimjack. Gaunt or go home. There you go. Yeah, my Sable's Grell only. Grimjack is Ostrander Truman only. I'm with you there. I never was big on Tom Mandrake. Is that evil, Hungry Boy? Who was it? Was it Tom Mandrake that later took over? And I don't know. I got a buddy of mine who was so in love with Grimjack. He loved it so much. He would sit around and tell me everything that happened in every issue. He didn't care whether he liked those early ones better like we did, but he read them all through the Joe Twilly stuff and all that stuff. He would tell me all this. I mean, he knew it all. And even the Munden's, of course, I love the Munden's Bar. Munden's Bar backup was always fun. But yeah, it was sort of like this cross between all these different worlds and stuff. So with all these different crazy creatures and stuff. And he was a kind of like a adventurer, bounty hunter type thing or whatever. I like Blackjack Mac, by the way. He was great.
Well, in 2019, I'm reading the Russo brothers announced their production company were developing a TV series for Amazon based on Grimjack.
Oh my God, no! Don't Jesus, God, no! Please.
Sorry about that.
Are you kidding me? That does give me an idea though, because there's some others. Well, let's look at Grimjack for a second, shall we? Grimjack.
Sure.
I bet you can't even just Google it without having to put qualifiers on it because no one will know what the hell it. Oh, well, maybe so. You may have seen it. Maybe let's see if I pull it up a picture. Maybe it'll be familiar to you. Let's see here. Let's look at some Grimjack, shall we? You like Mandrake? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Mandrake. I liked him okay, but when he took over after Truman, a lot of people like Mandrake. This could just be me. All right, let's see here. Maybe it'll ring. Maybe you've seen it before at least.
Let's see.
Yes, he kept getting reincarnated. It's been ages since I've read this. Didn't they bring it back for a while in about 10 or 15 years ago? So there he is, Grimjack.
I don't recognize that.
Oops.
Sounds like a great idea, though.
Oh, yeah. It's a great concept. Let's see. The picture is in a plastic frame, but you will need to get a specialized. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Louise X Sparrow, you're heading out? Well, thank you for being here, my dear. It's lovely to see you. And Happy New Year to you and yours. I hope you have a wonderful one. You take care and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Happy New Year if we don't see you. Take care, Louise.
Wow, I would too. I would love a Grimjack drawn by Steranko from 60. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I love Grimjack. Not my next one. I have every issue of the comic for a while, running for a while, and then later, it changed quite a bit. I mean, they changed. They messed around with them, of course. It happens. Not just another pretty face.
I wonder if you get these in Comicology or.
I don't know.
Because that's First Comics. I wonder if they have now it's IDW, I guess, right? IDW bought the rights, so.
They own First Comics now, do they?
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. Yeah, so it says First Comics, IDW. So let's see here.
I remember this ad though. I would say that I think I had this poster up in the shop for a while. I think that's the poster I had. Ron said, I got to buy 7 Deadly Fins. Again, I've had 2 copies of those floppies since high school. Okay. Excellent, man. Dude, I don't know that one there, Eric. I did, by the way, go ahead and grab a bunch of those Masterworks off of Comicology for 99 cents.
Oh, and they're saying, IDW Publishing reissued the first comics Grimjack run in a series of trade paperbacks under the title The Legend of Grimjack. As of October 27, 20, so 8 collections have been released, but who knows if that's up to date with Wikipedia. But I guess IDW obviously has the rights and has been publishing, so I'm guessing you can probably still get it on Comicology.
Nice.
Well, it's fun to hear about these things. If you just stick to mainstream comics, then you hear about these other, indie comics or smaller companies, and it's great to be exposed to this stuff. And if you don't like some of the new stuff that's coming out, spend your money on some of this old stuff, and read some good comics.
Yeah, and they had a lot of they were just they were what comics were supposed to be back then. They were damn fun. Yeah.
Yeah, an escape, right?
An
escape from your everyday life. I mean.
Yeah. I'm with you. Oh, wow. Grimjack done by James Gunn would be a Netflix series I could love. Yeah, that would be cool. That's true. IDW is going bankrupt. I've heard that. Is that true?
I haven't heard that, but don't know either way. But
I've heard speculation. I should say. I didn't say I've heard it. That was the wrong way for me to say it.
But I think that just in terms of how comics are not selling anywhere near like they used to. And there's so many comics each month. Yeah, so you're looking for as the joke from Spinal Tap, the audience is becoming more selective. So there's a smaller piece of the pie out there, and manga is selling like crazy, but traditional floppies, I mean, it's just American floppies aren't doing well, so it's not getting any better, unfortunately. So
No. Nope. They're not selling too well at all. Well.
no Grimjack on Comicology.
I still have all these early issues somewhere. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You bring back a memory there, Captain. Shatter. Yes, I do remember Shatter. Cardinal Sin. That was a computer-generated comic from First Comics. I think I bought that when it came out. Yeah. In fact, since you mentioned it, I'll show it to you right now. Now that there's no way. I'll have to really. You can't just put that name. Grimjack. Yeah. Shatter. That's the First Comics. And then maybe it'll come up. Yep. It was a computerized comic book. Kind of little gimmick thing they did. There you go, right there. Shatter.
Huh.
Big deal back then. We thought, now they do comics on computers. Yeah. No big deal, but yeah.
Imagine that. We're going to do a comic on a computer. Yep.
The first computerized comic. Yeah.
What was the issue of Batman that was graphically done? It was like a futuristic Batman story.
Yeah,
it was either hardcover. What was it?
It was Batman Future.
Yeah, it was all computer graphic, and the graphics. I was looking at the other day, not too long ago, and the graphics are so primitive. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name of that thing now. Someone will remember it. But it was Batman Future something or other, whatever. I know what you're talking about. I mean, obviously, I remember it, but
someone will
I don't think I even bought
the chat.
I probably didn't buy the son of a bitch. I probably looked at it and said, "That's dumb." In fact, I know I looked at it and said, "That's dumb."
I bought it. Those computers, I had to buy it.
You didn't, did you?
Yeah, I got it in my my bedroom shelf. Yeah.
First computerized comic. Now, you know what? I thought this was a silly gimmick, and I got to say, I didn't buy it. I'll admit I didn't buy this. Did you buy it?
I did not buy this. No.
Did you buy Shatter? I collected Shatter. Well written. There you go. There you go. There's an endorsement for Shatter. So yeah. Although I sold most of my collection, says Gil, says Cardinal. Although I sold most of my collection, I still have Batman versus Dracula. Ah, excellent. It was a hardcover. I remember being a hardcover. I bought what was the name of that damn thing? Phantom.
Yeah, I'll find. I'll look too. But
we'll look at some John Sable for the captain here. Now, see, John Sable was a great comic.
Here, I'm looking. I recognize the cover. Batman Digital Justice. Yep.
Digital Justice. Thank you.
Digital Justice. Yeah, it's got Batman.
Remember that.
He's like he looks like Tron on the cover or something. Yep. It was set in the future. Yeah.
You found it. Hang on, let me.
Who was the artist on this? Let's see.
Did you share?
Pepe Moreno.
Nobody. In other words, nobody. A computer. Digital Justice. Thank you, and thank you, Comic Relief Crusader. You found it, or?
I found, yeah. As soon as I saw the cover, I recognized it. Yeah, but the graphics are. I mean, hey, it was a good attempt at trying something futuristic, but that was the computers are so limited back then.
Just a gimmick.
Yep. But now that's the way artists work for the most part. So.
You think I should find a pic? First of all, John Sable. The thing is, he did put the war paint on his face sometimes, but he wasn't a superhero comic. He was a mercenary. And what's funny about the character of John Sable, he had an alter ego that was a writer of children's stories, children's books, kids' books. Here's the stupid ass TV show. Oh my God, Jesus, mother! Look at this stupid crap here. Renee, what's her name? Thor's mom. What's it? Renee.
Zellweger?
lady?
No, not
No,
Renee. No.
The lady from Lethal Weapon movies and Thor's mom.
Oh yeah. Oh, can't remember the name right now.
What's her damn name?
Some of the chat will get us for it.
Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, that you can see the real Sable up there, but then the TV show was whoa. Boy. But yeah, the comic when Grell did it again at this
Renee
time.
Russo.
Remember Renee Russo? Thank you. I mean nothing against
Very
her.
pretty
I love
lady.
her. I just
The Glenser had it
lady,
too. Yep.
But see, Grell was getting to do what he wanted to do here, and he got away with a lot of stuff. And again, you had this this Sable was a killer. I mean, this guy was a monster. And not a monster. He was, but he wasn't nice sometimes. Great stuff.
Kind of like Boba Fett should be now, right?
Yeah, instead of cuddly Boba Fett, now he's gonna Thank you all, Renee Russo. Appreciate that. Hey, do you remember the show Viper? I think it was a DC comic as well. I was an extra on a few of them. Oh, really? Okay.
Cool.
And I never watched it, but I do know of it. Yeah.
That was kind of like a Knight Rider type show, if I remember. I was with the Dodge Viper, fighting crime.
Right.
No way
much
related
later,
to
though,
Knight
right?
Rider.
It was much later.
It was a kind of a clone of Knight Rider, if I'm remembering correctly.
I got you. But when Grell left Sable, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just to say, back in the day too, you'd now that we were all streaming and doing things like, I used to, you'd put the TV on and just kind of flip through channels, and if you saw something that interested you, you'd stop and watch it. But now pretty much it's either YouTube or streaming something, so you don't kind of, it's not like going to the store where you kind of see something, oh, maybe I'll buy that. I don't really need it, but it looks good. Maybe I'll buy it. But when you go online, say to buy, windshield wipers for your car or whatever, right? Something obscure, just I need windshield wipers. I'm not going to go to the auto parts store. But if you go to the auto parts store, you buy the windshield wipers, like, oh, maybe I need some, car wax or this or that, or, So now I think you don't get exposed to as many things just by randomly, flipping through the channels. So it's a different way to consume media. There
you go. Eric O'Sullivan bought some floppies. There you go. 1987 Shadow from DC, 1 through 19. The annuals 1 and 2. $40 for that bundle there on the end. That's not bad.
Nice.
There you go, man.
That's the enabling segment of the show.
Yeah. Man, Cardinal Sin, what are you trying to do to me? Get me lynched? Wow, dude. What? Cardinal Sin is evil. Look at this, man. If you had to remove one comic from existence, would you remove Grimjack or American Flag?
Can I guess on what I think you'd remove?
Go ahead.
I think you'd say American Flag.
You are correct, sir. American Flag.
And I want to say, no prize.
You get the no prize. And look, Captain Moloko Spock knows I'm not a big Chaykin guy, but I loved Grimjack. So I'm sure my buddy Captain Molo Spock would have he's an American Flag fan. So I don't know how he would have voted. That'd be tough for him because he likes both. For me, I never liked American Flag like everyone else did. I sold a lot of it. All my friends were buying it at the time, so that's cool. And I had a run-in with Chaykin once. Maybe that prejudices me a little bit. I'm a little biased. Chaykin's a little imbecile. I should have squashed him like a bug, but I let him live. But I love Grimjack. I never liked American Flag much, so that's an easy one for me. My friend Hungry Boy. I mean, not Hungry Boy. Cardinal Sin. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember that encounter. That's why that was an easy choice to go with American Flag.
Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I tell you about that. Yeah, the Chaykin thing. Eric K, what's up, dude? Let's see here. What was that? Okay, the Human Target TV show. Good Lord, dude. Now I'm gonna go. I need to go. I might go binge that tomorrow.
Yeah, but you can't watch the second season. God.
I have it. I just have a boot.
Oh, you have it. Oh, yeah, you have the boot. Yep.
Oh, I gotta go watch. I gotta go check it out. Make sure it's It was
the
like a
Fox
couple
show,
years.
right? You said,
It was a couple years ago they replaced that for me, and I've never checked it yet. So, yeah, this show was great, man. There you go. Anybody watch that one? Everybody. I should, that'll be on my list Saturday night. Yeah, that's a good question. I would like. Well, D-Bud, what was the name of your show? Your show. Listen to me. D-Bud, what was the name of your comic shop and yours, Dark Shadow Logan? Since we're part of the cabal,
the cabal is planning. What are they planning now?
Yeah, we should know each other's comic shop names at least, because I don't know if I know their comic shop names. Let's go ahead and reveal that. It's the last show of the year. Well, it's tomorrow's the last show of the year, but I mean it's the last Wednesday, of the year. So it was California Comic Book Company. I like it. Oh, Clobberin, may we have it, please? Flag. I will definitely pull up some American flag, brother. Just for you, my friend. Let's see here. Okay, and Dark Shadow Logan, what was yours? For those who don't know, my comic shop was called, well, the first one I worked in was not the one I owned. I ran a comic shop in the early 80s called Southland Comics. But then I owned one in Baton Rouge in the 80s. Later, a few years after I left that one, that was called Mega City Comics. You might have realized, yes, you could tell I'm a Judge Dredd fan. Maybe, huh? I worked at a buddy of mine's shop in both before and after that called BSI Comics, New Orleans. So, and actually worked I worked at another one for a short time. A friend of mine had that it was such a brief time I can't remember that dumbass's name. Comic shop name. Let's see here. Thank you there. Appreciate that. I had a lot of fun doing that, Cardinal. Southland Comics, I ran for somebody else, but then Mega City. Yeah, I was just a bit of a... I owned Blake and Zill Comics. It was absorbed by the host. Great reference to a Blake 7 episode called Trial. I love Trial. I think that's a great one, Max Redstone. Second season. I love it. Well done.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Zill lives. Resist the host or your oneness will be absorbed. Let's see here. So, anyway, this was a great show, and I'm going to watch. Now I'm going to make myself watch it again. Has it been enough years for me to justify watching this again?
Watch whatever you want, whenever you want it, right?
I don't know.
That's a nice thing.
Is that the way it works?
Yes.
I'll tell you who the badass was. It's funny how this guy's so great as Rorschach, and then he's just great as this character too. Guerrero wasn't from the comics or anything. And then
is he the computer expert, the obligatory computer expert?
Kind of, yeah, but he's nothing like anyone you've ever saw. He's not like he is the tech support guy. So you'd think, oh God, another one of those, right?
Yep.
He
Geek
is
/nerd. Yep.
He is but he is a badass beyond belief. He's a scary badass. He's Rorschach with computers. So yeah. Let's see. Running one's own comic book store must be hard work. I can say how easy it would be to turn your hobby into a nightmare. That's happened for a lot of my friends who've had shops, including, it was not easy. I'll tell you this, Cardinal. I've said for a long time I would never own one again. I think what I mean is I would never own one selling new crap again. I don't know. Maybe I would do it selling good stuff, selling old stuff. I don't know. Avon lives and Serverland abides. I like it. Let's all right. Some shaking. No, screw shaking, but I mean some American flag, there. Whole lot of shaking going on. And a buddy of mine did say that to his face to piss him off once. Claude said that to him once. Screw shaking. American. Now watch. I will probably have to, even if I spell it correctly, I will definitely have to modify this search. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. Yep. We
I
got
put,
get the two G's, right?
I could put, I'll just put Howard Chaykin's silly name on there. And there we go. I mean, I've liked some of his art, and it's kind of weird. Some of this is porn.
Yeah.
I mean, for this time, this was some lewd stuff.
Yeah.
Black Kiss was straight up porn, but this, for back then, dude. I don't know if you've ever read this.
I think I read a couple issues back in the day, but never collected it. Yeah. I mean, it was very popular, very very well known.
It's a look
series.
Yeah, don't listen to me because I was mad at Chaykin. I didn't want to bother with it. So and at the time I was reading other stuff. I was selling it though, and all my friends were saying, "This is great. You need to." I did buy one issue though because Alan Moore did a backup in one of them. So, I highly recommend him on behalf of many people that I trust. American Flag as a really good read. As does both Captain Moloko Spock and Cardinal Sende, both fans of American Flag. So there you go. It's a very critically acclaimed series from the 90s. Don't listen to my prejudice against a little runt, Howard Chaykin. By the way, a buddy of mine that I worked with at the comic shop. I knew him in New Orleans. He went to work for Chaykin in a sweatshop. Yes, I call it a sweatshop. Doing all of his background works for him. Yes, back then, everyone, Howard Chaykin had his backgrounds done by a lot of other people. Not a lot, but one or two in particular, or at least two or three. Hungry Boy, I'm telling you, I got a buddy of mine that did all of Chaykin's backgrounds and colors and stuff. And yeah, I won't say his name on here, but anyway, what can you do?
Yep.
So it was a very popular comic. Anyway, again, it's, at this time, dude, look, everything was superheroes and stuff like that, but they were starting to come out with all this independent stuff. Surprised it hadn't been a movie. see all this. I mean, I hated his Black Hawk though. I didn't like his Shadow, to be honest. I know, for example, a lot of people did. So, Eric, that's an interesting question. Interesting. I don't think he's anywhere near as good as Milo Malara, but I can see why he probably thinks he is Milo Malara. Well, he does a lot of crazy stuff today too. But Eric, I didn't like his Shadow, but I think you might like. A lot of people did like it, so you probably like it. I hated his Black Hawk. Hated it. Let's see here. Drill down on the leggy redhead.
Blow that shit up.
Blow red shit up. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Cardinal Sen. You nut you. Oh, that one? Okay. You trying to get me in trouble?
Well, you're soft on redheads anyway. Yep.
I like me some redheads, but I can't really keep. Yeah. I don't want to get in trouble. Up. Oh yeah.
Nah, she's just drawn that way.
Yeah, she's drawn that way. Yeah. I have no personal experience with Chaykin, and his layouts are great, but I can't stand his rendering and inking. I guess I got the right one that he wanted, didn't I?
Yep, I think that's it. Yep, that one works for me. Thank you, Cardinal.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think that's the one he was speaking of. That's Hammerhead Krieger's daughter. There you go. Yeah. Cardinal likes that one. There you go.
Well, we all do. Up, yep.
We're all easy to please here. Yeah, so you go. But nevertheless, screw Chaykin and the horse he rode in on. Yeah. I like this Dominic Fortune, I guess, a little bit. But I'm partial to Grell. What are you going to do? Come on, get off of there.
How come that keeps popping up? Yeah. Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Blew that shit up. Yeah. Oh, fun, fun, fun to your daddy takes the T-bird away. There you go. Oh my goodness. What else we got going on here, folks? What did Chicken do that made you angry till 2022? Um, back in 1980, what was it? 5? I want to say 5, 4, 5, 6, somewhere up in there. I was at a con in Mississippi, and I remember he was being a dickhead. He was given a speech, or he was doing a panel, and he was pissed off at the state of comics at that point, because if you dared like anything that was superheroes in it, you were an idiot. And he got up there and said some crap, because Teen Titans was a big, New Teen Titans was a big title at the time. So was X-Men, well, that kind of stuff. He got this. If you're 30 years old and you're reading Teen anything, you're an idiot. You're a moron. It was he was a shock meister. He always liked to say shocking shit. But anyway, I don't care about that. I was talking to some friends after his damn panel, minding my own business. He was nothing to do with the conversation. We were all talking. It was near the panel stage, but I didn't even know he was still there. If I remember it right, we're all talking. I was going on a rant. At that time, I was really revved up about what Marvel was doing to Jack Kirby and his art, and what I thought Stan Lee had done to Jack Kirby, and the things I had, my problems. Not going into it here, but I got a lot of problems with Stan Lee and some of the things he did. And I made a couple of, I said some stuff. I couldn't tell you for the life of me what I said at that. It's been that long. All I know is this little squirt walks up, and when he addresses me, I'm about 6'1", but this guy's like 5 foot. I don't know. He's looking at me and he says, "Wait, what are you saying here? Wait, what are you saying here?" And all I remember the words coming from this guy. "Hey, listen here, don't be a shithead, guy." And he starts giving me a lecture right there. I'm just looking at him, and I think one of my friends has got his arm on. I said, "Please, God, don't kill him." And I'll admit to you, back then I was a little bit of a hothead. But I also knew who's going to get thrown out of the convention and who's going to get in trouble if I dump on the guy. So I was like, I look at him, and like 3 of my friends were like, "God, he's going to murder him. He's going to kill him.
He's going to kill him."
And I was like, I was 21 years old or something, 20 something. So I was like, okay. I just looked at him and I said, "Okay, whatever, guy." And he just kind of walked off because I didn't say anything. And let me tell you something. I wanted to beat him into the dirt. And there was no dirt there. It was floor, but I would find the dirt with his face. But yeah, I was actually proud of the restraint. I showed, because man, he didn't talk for a few minutes, but then he just kind of turned around and left when it looked like I wasn't interested in him. I didn't even engage the conversation with him. But it was none of his goddamn business. And I just walked off, and all my friends are looking at him, and every one of them they said, "I thought you were going to beat him up." And I said, "But what do you take me for? I'm not going to beat somebody up unless they hit me first." And that's another thing. I was annoyed with them because, look, I've never hit anyone that didn't hit me first. If he touched me, oh God, I got to admit, I was hoping he would touch me.
You still would have gotten kicked out and maybe arrested.
I still would have gotten in trouble. Oh, if he put a hand on me, If he'd have put a hand on me, I'd have dropped him. But I will never hit somebody out of anger. I never have. Well, maybe when I did it to my brother when I was 10 years old, but that's different.
That doesn't count.
But I wanted to. But he wasn't going to give me that. But maybe I don't know what happened. Maybe he realized that he didn't know anybody in there, and I don't know. Maybe he thought I might bust him up. I don't know what it was, but I just stood there and didn't say much.
Should have asked him for an autograph.
Well, the guys, think about that Cardinal, though. Is he insulted you personally? Not cool. He had a reputation. He's always been a dick. Like I said, he was on the stage calling everybody assholes and dumbasses because they buy comics he didn't want them to buy.
At a Comic-Con.
T-League shout. Yeah, at a Comic-Con in Mississippi. Everybody's stupid, according to Howard Chaykin. Everybody's an idiot and a dumbass.
Read the room.
Yeah, and but in all seriousness, no matter how much I want to hit somebody, they're going to have to hit first. And then, bring a lunch.
Then it's clobbering times.
It's clobbering times. but it's only clobbering time when I have a reason to clobber. I mean, at that age, I was 21. It had been a couple years earlier. I don't know. But I was the kind of, I don't know. I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Well,
but it's funny how the only thing we remember is, but then, of course, forever, my friends would always bring it back. Don't be a shithead. They always say that. When we think of Howard Chaykin, we can think of nothing else but, hey, pal, don't be a shithead. Just because I was insulting Stan Lee. But I wasn't insulting, I wasn't like calling him, I didn't say he was a murderer. I was just saying I didn't like what he did to about the whole controversy over Jack Kirby's creatorship and art and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was no big thing. It was just kind of, again, it's not, if I went looking for trouble, look, I promise you, if I'd gone looking for trouble and then I was telling you this story, I would be telling you with contrition that, yeah, I was an ass and I deserve whatever happened to me because I shouldn't have did this or I shouldn't have done that. I'm that kind of person. But when I didn't do a damn thing, I just looked at him and I'm like, man, why would you want to be that way? So now when I look at his shitty comics, I can't help but think about the little runt. I don't know. It's a good thing I never was a big fan of his anyway. So what are you gonna do?
Have you seen him? Had you seen him since, or
I think I've seen him at a con once or twice. I didn't talk to him because, like I said, I also a friend of mine worked for him. And I remember,
draw me a sketch that says, "Don't be an asshole."
Don't be a shithead.
Don't be a shithead. Yeah.
And I was human sized back then, folks. I'm a giant mobster now, but I was actually human sized back then, but still towered over that little wuss head. So, not that that's an accomplishment, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I like what Captain Sheridan's philosophy, from Babylon 5 says, never start a fight, but always finish it. So, yeah.
Yep.
So what are you going to do? Uh-oh. There they are.
Well, Eric K will get him. Or
I nuked him.
Yeah. You nuked him.
I just like it's a contest I play. One pops, I want to see who gets it first.
Whack-a-mole.
But that wasn't fair. I jumped it. I should unblock him. No, just kidding.
I thought you were going to say Howard Chaykin just showed up in the chat.
He is. He's there. There's Howard. That's Howard Chaykin, that bot right there. Love face. Howard Chaykin is so down on his luck. He now runs a porn site, and he comes in here and He always just trolls me. I wouldn't put it past Chaykin to own a porn site. I mean, would you?
No.
He actually does a comic now that I can't remember the name of it, that I actually kind of wanted to read, even though he does it. But you can never find it at the comic shop because it's not mainstream enough. I forget the name of it now, to be honest with you, but it's actually a comic it's about comics history. Why? What is the name of that comic now he's doing? Anybody know what the name of that new comic he's doing is, or the relative recent one?
Well, I was just checking his page here. He did Hey Kids Comics.
That's it.
In 2018, a parody of the historical rise of the comics industry and the many creators that exploited, aka Jack Kirby. Wait. Just kidding. I put that in there. But that's interesting.
Still, no,
right?
that's a comic I'm interested in.
Because that's why he was getting pissed at you, right?
Yeah. How about that?
There are 4 issues out as of 2018. Yep. Image Comics. Yep.
From Image?
From Image, yep.
There it is, yeah. I kind of like to, I kind of want to read that, actually. Clobberin times, as Michael French of Retro Wrestling would say, don't start none, won't be none. That's right. Or I could quote from Lonesome Dove, Captain Woodrow F. Call, when he said, I hate rude behavior in a man, won't tolerate it. I love that. Remember this? I'm talking about that scene?
And which, what's
you ever seen Lonesome Dove?
Nope.
Really? Oh my God, dude. That's one of the
no,
greats.
I got to go watch it now, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not that guy.
No, you're not like that. I know. Yep.
But I'm saying, Lonesome
Good
Dove.
Stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, especially.
I love westerns. Yeah.
Well, but the first one, I've already ruined it for you. May as well. No. Robert Duvall and Tommy Lee Jones are fantastic in that movie. And there's a scene where this guy's beating the crap out of the Rick Schroeder character. That's like this old jackass is beating him up, and was it Tommy Lee Jones character, Captain Call, goes and grabs a horse iron and beats the living dog crap out of this friggin' dude. I mean, almost kills him until his buddy stops him. And then he just looks at everybody like looking at him like he just beat the crap out of the guy who did deserve it. And he looks like he goes, I hate rude behavior in a man. Won't tolerate it. Someone here's
like
seen Lonesome Dove, please tell me. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's like ain't nothing like he beats the crap out of the guy. Ain't nothing like a good piece of hickory. He's got the axe handle. He beats the crap out of the guys and just throws it down. Yeah. That reserved reaction. Yep.
Yep. Someone in there better tell me you've seen Lonesome Dove. I need somebody here to have seen Lonesome Dove. I just don't.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've watched it.
That's one of the great westerns. It was a TV western. It was awesome. There you go. Catman. Lonesome Dove is my number one favorite western. Now I only like my favorite is of course the first ones with with Tommy Lee Jones and Robert Duvall. But did I just plug a Howard Chaykin comic? Oh well.
Yes, you did.
Damn, what's wrong with
Damn.
Oh, but I actually want to read it, but you can't find the damn thing. I couldn't find it. I mean, I
it's
can
on
order
Comicology. I just posted it.
Is it? I might have to look at that. But yeah,
$10. $10. Yep.
I'm lonesome on that Dove. Yeah. Well, they've made a bunch of them though. See, they made. It says what's that guy's name, Murtry or whatever, Lawrence Murtry or whatever, the writer of the stories. Chaykin is way better than Miller writing and art, apart from Batman Year One and Daredevil Born Again. I don't know. I think Miller's done a lot of subpar stuff, but he's also done a lot of great stuff. I'll take Miller, but you can have Chaykin. That's all right. Even though I've got a lot of issues with Miller too. You wouldn't. But so the first one is it has Robert Duvall, Tommy Lee Jones. Was it Danny Glover, Robert Urich, Rick Schroeder? I mean, it's got a bunch of names in it, whatever.
Yep.
And then they made Larry McMurtry. Thank you. And that's my favorite one. Then later they did a second one, and it was a different. It had
different miniseries, basically. Or
yeah, the next one, instead of having Tommy Lee Jones in the Woodrow Call part, they had John Voight. He's okay. It's not the same. Then they did they actually did one later called Streets of Laredo that James Garner playing. So they recast that character so many times.
Wow.
And then they did one. I remember they did one a while back, and maybe the early part of the 2000s. That was called Comanche Moon. That was a prequel that took place with those two characters. But like many years earlier, because they're old in this. It's Lonesome Dove. They're old. When they were Texas Rangers, just starting out the Texas Rangers, and they had Stephen Zahn played the Robert Duvall character, and Carl Urban played the Captain Call, the Tommy Lee Jones character, and those guys must have studied the way those got the mannerisms and stuff of those two actors, because they were really good.
Well, I'm looking at the ratings for that show, the first miniseries that came out in '89.
Oh, it's a classic.
Maybe I've seen it. It's been years and years and years. But first episode, part 1, had 44 million viewers, a 28 share. Second part had 36 million viewers. So it went on. It was February 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 37 million, and the finale had 41.5 million viewers. Could you imagine
classic.
a TV show getting 40 million views today? I mean,
No, it never happened. I have the DVD. I have a couple of DVD sets of the first one, but no way. It was just huge, man. And again, it's to me, it's up there with the other great Western movies. Except this is it was a miniseries, so it's longer. It's like a couple of parts and stuff, and it's badass. Thank you, Cardinalson. I did check that out. Let's see. I will check that out. I see the DMs. Comics Watch Phantom Long Watch Chickens. Times Squared. I remember that one. Omnibus, huh? There you go. I love being omnibus, but I gotta get a cheap deal on it though. When I get it, of course, that's Chaykin, so I won't be getting that anyway. Yes, Sienkiewicz did do Electra Assassin, Eric, by the way. Yes. Well, listen, that's a good question, actually. Hey, McKinney draw. It's good to see you.
Hey, McKinney.
That's a good question, Captain Muller Spock. Um, Electro Assassin, Sin City, but apart from those, what has Miller done for us? Oh, Dark Knight Returns, I'm very critical of, to be honest with you. I don't love it as much as most people. I love Batman Year One with some caveats. But Daredevil Born Again for me is Miller's masterpiece, and I'm glad he didn't draw it. Mazzucchelli did a better job than he could have. I love Daredevil. I love his Daredevil run before that he did before he came back to do Born Again. Aside from that, I gotta tell you, Captain Miller Spock, it's kind of thin.
300.
Yeah, I never really read the comic. I watched the movie, so I never was into the comic. Nothing against it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Interesting book. Yep.
Ronan, I'll tell you, I got to tell you, Cardinalson, I was not a big fan of Ronan. And again, remember now, sometimes I'm telling you this stuff from a perspective of not having read it for 40 years. I was running a comic shop when Ronan came out, and we were shocked that they were doing something like that with that kind of expensive comic. It was Frank Miller's name, but he wasn't an established character. It was a very bold thing for DC to do at the time. And I never really liked his art on Ronan. I didn't like Ronan that much, but I respected it when it came out. I tried to not to over order on it, but the boss of the shop at the time, the owner of the shop, overrode me, and because we had this argument when Ronan was on the solicitation. He said, "Look, he's left Marvel to go do he actually did the art on the Wolverine miniseries. He did Daredevil. He's the biggest name in comics, so anything he touches turns to gold. So they're doing Ronan, and he was supposed to do Doctor Strange for a while, and he left that to go do other stuff. So he's doing Ronan. He was advertised as doing Doctor Strange, and then didn't go do it. And everyone's like Frank Miller crazy at that point. And I said, well, yeah, you got to understand something though. This is not like it's Daredevil or Doctor Strange or Wolverine. Ronan's not a character. I mean, it's that anyone knows. So if you think it's going to sell just because it's Frank Miller, and it was $250 or something back then. That was high. It was a prestige. It was a very slick papered format. So I was dubious that it would sell. I was interested in it. I was going to buy it, and I was going to tell everybody about it. And it was not a graphic novel. It was actually trade paperback. Reprinted it, but it was a 4-issue series originally. Cardinal. And so I was telling everyone, like, I was trying to sell it because I thought it was interesting. However, a lot of people just kind of stayed away. Snail Messiah, good to see you. I'll say I enjoyed Frank Miller Ronan. I also read Crying Freeman. Did he do that? And Lone Wolf and Cub. He did the covers to Lone Wolf and Cub, but he didn't do. I think you know that though, Shadow Man. I don't think you're saying Frank Miller did those. Anyway, let's see. I still like Frank Miller's Dark Knight stories. Was his recent oversized Superman Year One the history of Dark Knight Returns? Dark Knight Returns Superman. I don't know, but I hate everything he did after. I mean, I didn't like his original Dark Knight Returns that much. I got a lot to say about that, but I really hated all of his follow-ups to it. So Miller, Miller's done a lot more bad than good. I'll say that.
Well, I mean, I love Dark Knight Returns, and there's some, great artwork in there. I've got a poster from it hanging up on my wall, and but I think that what happened, everything became Millerized, so it became such a dark, depressing field and gritty and realistic, and like Batman '89. On one hand, you're like, oh well, that's kind of cool. Batman's kind of dark, but they didn't go overboard with it. But everything had to be grim and realistic, and the color palette, and and that was supposed to be like an Elseworlds novel too, and they've kind of like incorporated that into the main universe and tried to bring it in. It was, it was a standalone, Elseworlds what if kind of story. I love it. And it had people. I remember I was back in college at the day, and like people in the dorm were like had copies of that. Like, what the heck are people reading? I thought I was the only one that read comics.
Comic shops changed everything. Comic shops.
Yeah, and then you had copies of that floating around, and when I first read it, it was like that blew me away. When I read it, I was like, oh, damn, this is so good. So, but yeah, the the residual or the impact of that kind of got, went on, like anything else that gets popular, right? It gets copied, and overdone. So that's the problem with that. With that type of series. It's like, yeah, let's have something. Doesn't always have to be dark and depressing. We can have some fun again too. So and that's how they wrecked Superman with the movie that I won't mention the title of, because that's the one with a dark depressing Superman. It's a Millerized Superman basically, right? I mean,
kind of.
And Batman can be dark, but not always so
too dark.
Grim, to that extent. I mean, it's a
Miller did a lot of damage. So did Moore. I love Moore. I'm more into Moore than Miller, but they did damage.
He admitted it, right? That he
Moore admitted it. Miller never admitted it.
That's what I said. You had mentioned Moore regretted.
He was a nice guy, by the way. I met him. He was a nice man, but he didn't admit it. Moore admitted it. Of course, he's a loon. He's a Looney Tunes. Dark Shadow. I never doubted you for a moment there, brother. Cardinal says, I wonder how much of that had to do with the upgrade to Mando paper and the other comics upgrades when Barry Windsor Smith returned to comics after high art painting. I'm wondering what I'm not sure what you're in reference to. I'm not sure what he's referring to it exactly. I mean, I do know about what he's talking about the Mando paper. Barry Windsor Smith returned to comics after high art painting. Yeah, Barry Windsor Smith went back to Marvel for a while, but then I really love his Valiant stuff. Oh, they're having Comic College is having a sale on Valiant comics of the 90s, the good ones. Let's see here.
Great way to pick up stuff. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Let's see. Chaikin versus Miller versus Moore. I think Moore wins. Oh, absolutely. He's the only one who on record has threatened straight up ending someone. Moore was far better writer than either one of them. Both of them put together. Miller's Daredevil. No one ever remembers Kiri the Ninja. Can't say I remember the name, but I remember Miller's Daredevil very much. You're right about
the ninja.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, well, comics got more expensive. What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that when I saw that, that didn't help how this comic sales. Yeah, in some ways, it's like, go back to some cheaper paper and give me $2 comics or $3 comics again. $5 comics.
Yes,
it's just because I always compared it to like buying a can of soda, right? When comics were 25 cents, how much was a can of soda? Maybe 40 cents or 30 cents. It was very affordable, right? But it wasn't. For a kid today to come up with $5, hey mom, can I have $5 to buy a comic? What do you? It's way too much money. So it becomes the domain of collectors like me and people who still they're older that have income to spend on comics, but it's way too much money. I remember you can get a sub for like $12 for the year. I think back in the day. So you'd say, Mom, can you send it? I want to get a sub to Spider-Man. It's $12 or $10. Can you write a check? No credit card. You had to send a check. So, but it was still affordable, but not these days. God.
Well done, Eric O'Sullivan, for the win. I didn't remember the name. I do love that. I love Miller's first run on Daredevil, but I like Born Again the best. I think that's his best. Let's see here. Yes, more for the win indeed. Yeah. Yep. More got Marvel Man and V for Vendetta. Love him. I mean, if you want to read some, again, we did a show where we broke down more last year. My buddy Carlos and I did a show where we broke down Alan Moore's career from beginning to I don't want to say end because he hasn't ended it, but from the beginning when he started in comics and ran down all of his. Everyone knows of his big stuff like Watchmen, which I love, Swamp Thing. We ran down a lot of the other stuff in between, and then we went to all the way up to 2000. Because after that, quite frankly, and I was such an Alan Moore fanatic. You got to understand something. If Alan Moore had written it, I found it, collected it, got it, have it. I got a box with the word Moore on it. And you can really fit all of his stuff, especially when just floppies, and easily in a short box. Or at least a couple. Couple
wasn't
short
that
books. Or-
not that
well,
prolific, right? Yeah, was he
not
Swamp
till later.
Thing? How many Swamp
He
Things
did
did he
Swamp
do?
Thing for like 80, 70 something, 80 issues, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I loved Tom Strong. His anti-Watchman was really kind of 1963. Eric O'Sullivan, if you could find 1963, even though he didn't finish it, there's 6 issues, Image, and you can't go. There won't be a trade, but he introduced the retro comic. He really did, and I love 1963. It came out in '93. That's one of my favorite works by Alan Moore. And Alan Moore said that he kind of regretted with what he started with Watchmen, and even though I love Watchmen, he doesn't love it anymore, but I do. But he created 1963 as his apology for Watchmen.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, God, Watchmen is just such a fantastic read too. So it's it was a victim of his own success. And I guess what was the deal that as long as that was published every year, DC retained the rights. So that was part of the reason I think his falling out with DC was because he wanted the rights back to that book or something along those lines.
He doesn't even want anything to do with it anymore, though.
Well, not anymore, but originally that he was really angry about the original contract on that book. I think that was one of the starts of some of his problems with publishers. Yep.
Be warned, Eric O'Sullivan, buddy. If you're able to get your hands on 1963, and I don't think they're expensive. It was for Image Comics. It came out in 1993. It's a retro throwback to comics. It's called 1963 because it's what sort of like retro to Marvel, classic Marvel comics. It's got a lot of Marvel knockoff characters, but there's a lot of wonderful, clever subtext in it, and the ads in it that are parodies of old comic book ads are worth the price of admission alone, and they're probably cheap. And the thing is, though, they were all leading up to the annual. There were 6 issues of the various characters, and there was going to be the 7th one was going to finish the story with a 1963 annual, which will never happen. And also because of the rights issues tied up with, I guess, was it Rick Veitch and Alan Moore and whomever, there also will never be a trade or anything. So you don't get a conclusion, but still, they're great. I love them. And all those fake ads and all those, and the fake Stan Soapbox type thing, Affable Al, he calls himself, and the fake letters pages. I love 1963. Yeah, no, Cardinal Sin. It was Image Comics in 1993, but the comic book itself is called 1963. You read 1963, December 7? Yep. It kills me that we'll never get the end of it. In 1994, I got Jim Valentino outside at the Dallas Fantasy Fair, and I asked him, I said, dude, are we ever going to get 1963 annual? You there, Mark?
I'm here. Yep. I'm here. Yep.
I was hearing some loud noises.
Nope.
I said,
it's not me.
Are we ever going to get 1963 annual, or should I just go ahead and send that terrorist death squad to Image Comics to take care of you guys? And he laughed. We were talking, and he said, look, dude, it ain't me. It's Alan Moore. And it's this guy and that guy. I was just hearing breathing sounds.
Nope.
Now watch. I have to find 1963. I definitely got to put Image Comic. Oh, put comic book.
Yeah, I found it. I was looking it up. Yep.
I got to put Image Comic to show images from 1963.
Yeah, because it's going to show 1963 comics. Yep.
Let's see. Is the first book called? Yes, Mystery Incorporated is the first issue. They did Mystery Incorporated, The Fury. I'll show them to you. Beep. You've seen a lot of this kind of stuff over the decades, like throwback retro comics, but this was the first one as far as superhero stuff is concerned.
That's a great cover. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the FF. Damn it, I'm trying to find a good picture of it. You can't find a lot of pictures online of it either. I mean, guess I have to go with the smaller one.
Did they ever publish the script? So you just like, you know what the script was or what?
No, I do have a couple. There's a website that Rick Veitch talks about it a lot because he kind of still messes around with it. I have a couple of ash cans from it. We were talking about ash cans the other day.
Yep.
Let's see here. Clobberin Times, the first comic call. Yeah, the planet. See the guy with the green head with the planet? He's called the planet. He's basically Ben Grimm.
That's the thing, right?
There's a planet coming. This was it's called. It's called. And you had Crystal Man was Reed, so forth and so on. But let's see. You had all right. Mystery Incorporated. The Fury's basically sort of like Spidey. You had the what was that guy's name? Super Agent or whatever he was called. Basically, it was
Captain America.
Basically, Captain America and Uniman, whatever. They had Thor type. Oh, they had I like Tales of the Beyond. Johnny Beyond. He's like the Doctor Strange type. You had the In-Man. He's the Hulk.
This art is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Veitch and a couple other people did the art and the ads. Oh my goodness!
They have sea monkeys.
They had all kind of parodies of old ads.
X-ray glasses.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And also parodies of Stan's Soapbox and parodies of the letter pages. And I know like they got a couple of name writers at the time, like Neil Gaiman wrote a letter in there and they made fun of him. And but now in Shadowhawk from Image Comics, they appeared on an issue of that, which I have. They also appeared in Touch of Silver, a comic which I have. And they appeared, with the Big Bang characters. Big Bang Comics, not the theory, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I had by the way, that 1963 cover, I have that on a T-shirt. Probably still have the T-shirt somewhere. Wouldn't fit me.
That's cool.
But I have it. And you know what? Damn it. I tried to get the issue 2 T-shirt and they never did it. Steve Bissett signed this one for that guy. Wow, pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's Thor, Horus, Lord of Light.
Yeah, so there's going to be one last annual to wrap up the whole storyline, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And that's what never happened yet.
Yeah. And they were going to meet the 1993 Image characters. But see, all of those characters were owned by each of their individual creators. Jim Lee was dragging his feet. Rob Liefeld, all these people. They wanted and again, what's interesting about that is, I'm not sure if the fight was between Alan Moore and Rick Veitch and Steve Bissett or whatever it was, but after that, Moore went to work for Image.
Yeah. Interesting. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Big Bang, not big. Yeah. I knew when I said Big Bang, people would think theory, but there was actually Big Bang comics that came out a little bit later that they were trying to be just like this, trying to jump on the bandwagon. They did retro comics of old stuff, which I did buy some for a while. Let's see here. Okay, Clobby, I got 6 of those books, average 10 each. Wow.
Nice.
I wouldn't think they'd gone that much. Hungry Boy didn't like the inking. I never noticed. I just remember at this time, see, Alan Moore said in interviews he didn't like all the dark crap that his Watchmen and Miller's Dark Knight had inspired. He wanted to do something that was a throwback to one comics that he loved when he was a kid, which I thought was a nice idea.
No, it's great. Yeah, no.
But it had Alan. Right, but the thing is, it also had Alan Moore cleverness in it. If you know what I'm saying, because yes, it was made to look very Kirby-ish and Ditko-ish, which he loved. He loved Kirby and Ditko.
That does look like it. Yeah. From Here to Eternity, a spoof on From Here to Eternity, which was that scandalous movie with people kissing in the 60s, was it 50s or 60s? Yeah, that was a big scandal.
This one here, Cardinal. Is this what you're talking about, Cardinal? Is that as cheap as those things are, Eric, by the way? $10 a pop is $60, man. I need to go dig mine out. I bought multiple copies. I still have them. I don't know how many. I don't know I think I only have one set now because I gave some sets. I always tell the story when that first came out. No problem, buddy. this Australian dude moved to New Orleans. I was running my friend's shop at the time, and he was a big Alan Moore fan. We got to talking, and I showed him this comic. He goes, "I've never seen this before," and he just moved it, and he came in like a week or two later. He said, mate, you got all of Sydney, Australia in love with it in 1963. I said, I did? Yeah, because I told all my friends in my comic club and there was no internet or anything like that back then, but he was friends with a whole bunch of people. He said, man, we weren't getting this. So I sent them a bunch of it. He bought some copies, and he told them where they could get some and stuff, and they all had their comic shops order them and stuff. It didn't do enough good for us to get the annual, though, did it?
Nope. But you got made some new fans of a comic. That's great. Yep.
You don't ever have to apologize, hungry boy, dude. Oh, you should notice the inking. You know that kind of stuff. It's like sound. Yeah, dude. I love that, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to buy comics. Yeah, I buy comics. This is great. Thanks. Oh, man. Eric, I hope you enjoy them, man. I hope I didn't make you spend money on something you don't enjoy, brother. But I only, like I said, I never recommend anybody read or watch anything. I talk about this all the time, but I will rant and rave about the stuff I love or hate, as the case may be. Image Comics wanted to be a Silver Age Marvel in the worst way. Then they realized they needed an editor to rein it all in. Yes, case in point, the capsizing of 1963 to the creative control. They blamed it all on Moore. Was it Jim Valentino, right to my face, blamed it on Moore. So, but later, all I know is that Rick Veitch, who does have a website, if the Rick Veitch's website, we talks about this, he says that I think he blames Moore also. So, what are you going to do?
Well, it's easy to blame him too, right? I mean, he's kind of the crazy guy, so. And who the heck knows when you go back with all those, the different rights how they were tied up. And if you read about it, it's it's a tangled web. Yep.
Oh, what a tangled web it is. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So, Cardinal, you like that X-Men issue, huh? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I could look at old comics all day.
1963, there's no trade of that either. Yep.
Never going to be a trade because they didn't finish it. So, yeah.
Yep.
Damn them. Damn them all to hell. Check your DMs since I can't interlink here. Says Cardinal Sin. Okay. Will do, Cardinal. I have. Yeah, I saw that. Yes, I saw the Newswatch thing you sent me. If that's what you're speaking of. I did see that, Cardinal. Thank you. I thought I answered you on there, but I mean, okay. That's why. I thought I sent you back a reply. But my computer's going slow. My computer's slow tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking up 1963 comic on eBay. So yeah, Eric's right about all under $10 with some, with shipping, but
okay.
You can get them for around between $5 and $10 each. So
I guess that's not
terrible. If you want to search it out, it's not going to break the bank.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess since it's modern comic now, we'll run you what $3.99 or whatever.
Yeah, so it ain't that bad, right? Yeah. And then usually, if you're buying something like that, try to find a seller that's got all 6 and just buy, so you combine shipping and you buy them all together. So that's a lot cheaper that way. Yeah,
absolutely. And Eric O'Sullivan. Yes, it's pretty funny. Like he says that. Well, the 80s shadows. Yeah, there's so many comics, man. So many comics that didn't finish. So many series, not just TV shows, but yes, you're right. You're right. Newswatch, Howard Chaykin's time. Square celebrates 35th anniversary, long-awaited conclusion upcoming. But yes, I found that there. There you go. Absolutely. So if anyone's into Times Squared, I never really. It's Chaykin, so I'm blowing it myself, but I'm just waiting for Astro City to come back.
Yep.
which is, and they're doing an omnibus on that. That there's an omnibus I'll have to buy up front. I usually wait.
Do you have any of the FF omnibuses or?
No, I wish. I can't. I mean, the only reason I've got a couple of cheap omnibuses later, but the only reason I have the Spider-Man one, which was for the whole Ditko run, was because a buddy of mine gave it to me for Christmas a number of years ago.
Oh, that's a nice present. Yeah.
I hope it was cheap when he got it.
Well, I'm looking at FF Volume 1 is only $60 right now. Hardcover omnibus.
Yeah, but I can't afford even 60.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. No, I'm saying, but they used to be.
Yeah,
depending when they go on sale, not bad. Yeah, for
what is that site I told you about? In stock trades. They're pretty good sometimes. They have some good prices on some omnibuses. Obviously, not a brand new omnibus or anything, but a lot of stuff new coming out, they got a pretty good price on as well. I've ever seen in stock trades. It's pretty cool.
No, they're great to read, but of course you got to work out too when you read them. So
I love me some trades, man.
Yep,
I just do. What am I doing here? Okay. In stock trades, for example, I'll show you. It's they've got. Let's give you an example. I guess they won't care if I chill for them, will they?
No, that's okay. Yep, it's
enabling. They wouldn't mind. Yeah, enabling up to 42% off of shipping orders. Let's see. Well, buddy of mine, every time he sees something that I'm going to want, he thinks I'm going to want, and he says, "I said, dude, you know what? I can't afford that. Please don't tell me about it, jackass."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what we call enabling, right? That's what we call
that's my segment. Yep. Enabling. Yep. You bastards.
Don't show me that. I can't have it. I don't want to see that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about it if I can't have it. Dang it. But it's pretty good, though. I got that Superman Batman Generations omnibus pretty cheap on there. Look, they got the What If. That's a What If omnibus #1 for $35. That's a pretty good price. It's a $100 cover. Cover price for $35. Great issues
in that collection. Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price on that. Wow.
For hardcover too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an omnibus, man. Dude, it's got how much is in there?
And that's that big form factor too, which is nice.
I love me an omnibus, but let's see. This has got it has, let's see, What If 1 through 15 and 17 through 22. And why is 16 not?
Why is 16 missing? What If 16?
I can't remember now.
Phantom will tell. I'll look it up. But yep.
And then you got. They've been doing these omnibuses for different years. Look, it's August of 1961. It's all the Marvel.
Every comic that month.
Yeah, $150 cover price for $52.
And that's only got one superhero comic that month, if I'm remembering, right? And that's the FF. Yep.
Times Square remains one of my most personal works in 50. Okay. Oh, well, Shaken can go screw himself, though. What is it? I'm not sure what issue's missing from that. I mean,
What If Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, fought on the side of Fu Manchu?
There you go. They would have to pay. Those cheap bastards had to leave that out of there because they don't want to pay the Sax Romer estate, which they have paid them when they did an omnibus before, by the way.
Yep. Or it's not something they want to have in there anymore.
Well, that's part. They just don't want to pay for it either. But you're right. That could be part.
Could be both. Could be both. Right? Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't.
They kind of want to erase that history.
Yeah. Wow, that's a pretty good looking book right there. I have the original of this, the big, this is bigger than a Treasury edition, the one I have, but they got a new tabloid edition of it coming out, and that's pretty cheap.
Nice.
It's $6.99. The Amazing World of Superman. That's in my tabloid collection. That's pretty crazy.
Dude, happens you see all these things on sale, you're like, oh, should I buy?
Well, I don't know what the reason is, but it's freaking stupid to do that. Yeah. So these. Oh, this is pretty cool. The End of Eras. DC, The End of Eras. Wow.
That's your favorite Superman story, right?
In a sense, yeah. It really is because it's the end of That and the other one more did, which I was going to review soon. I'm hoping. So, no, what can you do? Well, everyone, I guess we've hung out long enough tonight, haven't we? I mean, my back is killing me at this chair. I got to tell you, this is the 4th stream I've done today.
Well, what were your other streams today?
Well, I did the one with Paulie at 3 in the morning, and then Eris decided to do a stream out of the blue. Love you, Eris, brother. And Arwen was there, and
on Boba, or just a fun stream, just the stream,
because Peak and Purple didn't run today, so Arwen was there, and Eris did that and asked me to join, and I wasn't even thinking. Right. I'd already told our buddy J-Man that I was going to go hang out with them, and so I did that one, but I had time in between them, by the way. So I went on with Iris for about an hour and a half or an hour, or 2 hours almost, and then I went on with our great buddy J-Man.
And that was the Superman show today?
Yes, we did Superman 1 versus Superman 2, which was a lot of fun. And I love hanging out with those guys. What do you think won? The real one, the best one. Superman 1, of course. It was a tight race for a while there. Different criteria.
I'll have to watch on the replay, but I was at work, so couldn't catch it.
It was cool hanging with those guys, and then right after that, I had to come on here. So I'm just nothing but a streamerooski today. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be here on tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel, with a great, not only the great first officer, wonderful Raquel Briggs, our great chief engineer, Mark D with the C. Hopefully Raquel will be here.
I hope so, yeah.
I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Cardinal Sen, buddy, thank you. Thank you for all your generous contributions. You're too kind, brother. I don't know what to say, but thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Thanks. It's popping in on the show the other day. It was great. Oh, it was great to be there, man. Sorry I had to go in and out. So it was like, if I remember right, that was very late at night, and I was running to do stuff. Dadman's here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Dadman. He wants to know if you updated your Fortnite.
No, sir. I did not. I need to go sit down in a chair that's not this one and
relax.
See if I can just lay down. I actually need to lay down probably for a while. My back is killing me. Anyway, but thank you, Cardinal Sen. I really appreciate you, buddy. You're too kind, man, and you're just a great pal to this channel and stuff. And I hope I get to hang out with you over there again soon. One of these soon, I will. I would love to. And yes, he does midnight to midnight, which doesn't mean from midnight to the next midnight. I was teasing Cardinal about that the other day, but yeah. So
there's time travel involved, so it's just
Cardinal is a well-known time traveler. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you to
that's 12 hours relative terms.
Indeed. Indeed. Yes. Eric K, thank you so much for the bronze wrencher. Dude, you were too kind, bronze wrencher. Thank you so much. What do I do now? Well, let's see. Just for that, bronze wrencher. Confirmed, Clobby is a slut. He gets around. I try. I wish. More like I wish. Yeah. So, anyway, let's see who's here. Of course, also with us tonight, and I will have the Spinner Rack Time Machine video out tomorrow. Not that it matters, but I will. Phantom Outsider, buddy, thank you so much. Eric O'Sullivan, great to see you here tonight, my friend. Captain Spock, who I already forgot your new middle name. Sorry, Molo. What was it? Molo?
Malolo?
Sorry about that. Malolo? Sorry, man. He changes it every time.
Yep.
He likes to confound me. But appreciate you, though, Captain Spock. Thank you so much. Max Redstone, brother. Great to see you, buddy. Kal-El, buddy. Thank you for being here. The wonderful, lovely, beautiful Sherry. Thank you so much for being here. Janet from Another Planet was here earlier. Janet, love you, Janet. Thank you. I don't want to miss anyone, but I probably missed some people because it's been the chat.
Did you say Sherry? Mention Sherry? I can't remember now. You did. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
I mentioned her. The lovely Sherry. We love you, Sherry. Yeah. Thank you. Snail Messiah was here. Thank you. And Mr. Angel, too. So, Snail Messiah, great to see you. Mr. Angel, great to see you. Comic Relief Crusader, thank you so much. It was great to see you. Wasn't Pop Culture Republic here earlier? I think
yes,
so.
He was. Yep.
Pop Culture Republic, thank you. Decepticon, thanks a lot, buddy. And I enjoyed hanging out with you tonight. As also the great J-Man, thank you, bro. Appreciated you. Dark Shadow Logan, buddy. And D. Bud Martin, buddy. The Cabal lives forever. The great Hungry Boy. Hungry Boy, thank you so much, man. It's always such an honor to have you here, sir. Thank you. You're a great one. And I really appreciate you. I backtracked the chat almost about as far as it would let me. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. It's great to see you, Dad, man, by the way. Let's see here.
Hey, say hi to Ang. Yep. Oh, let me put Ang's Twitch channel in real quick.
Please do.
Dadman Walking's daughter has a Twitch channel that everyone
And put yours into
on Twitch. Yep, and thank you for putting mine in. Yep, let me call up Ang's. I got it saved in my personal confuser here. Let me call that up. Let's see. There we go. Got it. So if you're on Twitch, sub to Ang.
Yes, indeed. And of course, here's the link to our wonderful First Officer's literary works. Please check that out. And of course, I'm looking for one other link. So hang on, everyone. I got to get you. Did you get yours in there?
Eric had put mine in. Yep.
So,
yep.
Well,
thank you for that.
There are links in my description below from many wonderful channels, my friends, to my great friends. Please check them all out. Here's one that'll make available easier for you here, though. The Great Cardinal Sin. If you have not already, please go to his channel and subscribe. It's right there. There's a link to his. And, well, hey, if we don't see you tomorrow night, I hope we do. Of course, I hope we do. But if we don't, please, everyone, have a wonderful, happy New Year. I'll be here Saturday night as well. Just a streaming.
Yep, not Star Trek, just streaming, right?
Yep. Saturday Star Trek will be back a week from Saturday, this Saturday. So thank you all so much. You are all fantastic. And just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Cardinal. You're too kind, my friend. Enjoyed hanging out with all of you. And I'm going to lie down somewhere. And I don't think I'll stream for the rest of the night, at least.
Hopefully, Paulie's not going to go on at 3 a.m. and ask for you to go on.
If he did, that would technically be like the next day. But
next day, I guess. Yeah.
But still, no, you.
We love you, Paulie. That was fun. But
love you, Paulie. Yeah, that was great. So thank you all so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and a big shout out, as always, to my wonderful friend Eris for having me on earlier, Paulie for having us on earlier, and J-Man, the great J-Man, for having me on earlier. And his wonderful channel is a link to his description to his great channel below also. And then to the amazing Stone Loki for my great intro outro. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Briscoe, Bowler, I hope to see you in action again soon.
Count on it. Well, maybe after a brief hiatus.
Beautiful country, isn't it, Bowler?
God bless America.
What do you say we put some miles under these horses? You ready, Comet? Let's ride. Yeah!